Even when you lost, there's always Even when you lost, there's always a hope. Rise and fight.
I lost, No, I lost the ninja. Trying to get back in. Whoa.
All right.
Okay.
Hello and welcome everybody to another BSL cast. I'm joined here today by Seriosity. Seri, how are you today?
Hello, everyone. I'm doing well. Glad to be here again. It's going to be a fantastic day of StarCraft. Just a lot of talent in this round of 8. What are your thoughts, Razz?
I mean, it's just, this is the tip of the pyramid, right? These are the best of the best. Really excited to see some of these games. You got Captain America Nayoken going up against BoA. They've already faced off, so they have some history. And then, of course, we have the Battle of the Titans, right? We got Dewalt and Bonnet. I mean, what better PvP can you ask for?
Yeah, and, well, this is a matchup we've seen a lot in BSL overall, in a lot of different events. And usually Bonyth has had the edge, but it's a pretty close matchup overall. BoA and Nyoken, on the other hand, we've also seen it, and it just seems like BoA has the edge on Nyoken.
F0 Kuspanic is sub a
I would agree with you. I think it's really interesting for the Dewalt Bonnet matchup because I think Dewalt is such a monster, especially when it comes to the macro late game, and Bonnet is just a monster in the micro game. But for some reason, Bonnet seems to be able to take his strength and use it against Dewalt and pull out ahead. So I think that's going to be a crazy matchup. Who knows? And Nayoken BoA, yeah, BoA's had the better of him. But, you know, Nayoken is really strong. He was playing a couple games last night, and he is very, very, very good. So I think he'll definitely try to give his best and maybe able to take down BoA this time.
Yeah, I mean, he looked extremely strong against Sanhoon in the earlier round. I mean, he did get second out of his group, and that was an all Protoss group. So definitely got some practice in the matchup. Definitely faced a different variety of strategies, and I mean, he can do it. He can definitely do it. It's just BoA's a tough opponent. He's very good with shuttles, very aggressive, and if you, for a second, mess up your build, he's gonna come in and bust you. So very tough matchup overall for any Terran.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll see Nayoken pull out some of those Valk builds that we've been seeing Light use against Mini recently. We've been seeing more and more of that, where the Valks take out this mass shuttle play. I wonder if that'll come into play today, or we'll just see a lot of standard games.
Oh, Valk is pretty, how do you say? Pretty exciting new strategy we've been seeing a lot from Koreans, and the reason for Vox is because they have good range. They don't attack ground ever, so they always prioritize the shuttles. But it's something that also has its downside. So I don't know if we're actually going to see it. Would be exciting though.
It would be. I think it's going to be a fantastic matchup. I think it's anyone's game today. And then the great news is we're going to see the two winners play each other as well. So I think it's really up in the air for both of these matches for who's gonna take it. I've been interested to see what the map picks are today too. You know, I think Nayoken has been consistently banning the 2-player maps, so that way he rather play on the 4-player maps. Doesn't have to deal with the gas steals. We'll see if he keeps that up, and then we'll see where the meta game goes for Dewalt versus Bonnet. Like who's gonna pick what map? Because we know PvP can get really weird, being a 2-player map versus a 4-player map. More shenanigans can happen. So I'm really curious to see what the players pick as their map choices.
Yeah, I know Nayoken also liked Longinus, but then because he's never seen a Terran win in this BSL on it, and he's also never won, it seems, he's no longer liking that map too much.
Yeah, Longinus is one of those things where if you can get to the double gas TVP, you're in fantastic shape, right? You're on 4 gas, but the trick is getting there and stretching yourself apart enough to get there without getting busted or any other craziness happening. So definitely be interesting to see how these games go. I think that Nayoken is probably very prepared. I'm sure BoA is as well. So I'm sure we're going to see the top play from both of these players.
Yeah, the big difference from when this map first came out and now is just how the PvT meta has shifted. We're seeing a lot more speed shuttles, a lot more Reaver openers, and on Longinus, that gas space is pretty far away and can be easily harassed. So that's why we're seeing Terran struggle a little bit more than they did back then.
I think even coming up the ramp, right, having to come up and fight the Protoss army with the Reaver sitting on top of it, with the Templars and the shuttles storming armies as they group up to come up those ramps, I think really make it difficult for Terran to push up and get that map control in the middle. So I think that's something, talking about the meta and what's going on, it could be an issue for TVP on this map.
And look, you can see the map statistics. They're actually pretty even. Other matchups are completely lopsided though.
Oh man, it's definitely crazy. Wow, PvT 50% almost down the middle split. That's crazy. It's unbelievable to see that that it's actually almost perfect. That's just, you don't really see that on too many maps, so it's kind of nuts.
And with the map on the screen, I think we are ready for game number 1 between Razz and Nyoken. I mean, BoA. All right, in the mid-right spawn, we have BoA.
And in that bottom left, we have Captain America himself, Nayoken. So I think one thing to note, right, is we have the extra patch here in these mains for the extra 500. So we'll see if that alters anyone's build to start, because we know that there could be more efficient mining off the 2 bases as well right away. Oh, we have, okay, just normal probe going out there. I thought maybe we just have some forward gateway, but just standard from BoA there. It's a little bit early of a scout in this area. I think the pylon scout is a little bit.
This is a gas steel scout.
Yeah, going to be a gas steel scout, which is something we saw BoA do to Nayoken in the previous time that met up. He actually scouted him first on Vermeer, so he was able to take a gas steel. So we'll see if he has this timed out well enough where if he does not go to the correct base, will he still get the gas, or will Nayoken be able to get it? I know Terran can cut an SCV at one point if they see the probe come in, and they can be able to get their gas on 11 instead of 12. But I don't know if he's going to have to do that.
No, without the first scout, you can't guarantee it. I'm seeing a lot of Protoss do this even on 4-player maps. On 3-player map, you have a 50-50 chance of getting to the right base, but it's not the end of the world. Just really fast scout. He will be able to harass and get something done with this probe. And here's Nyoken's regular scout timing. He's going to see the probe coming. He's going to think he's top left. Then he's going to realize, okay, this guy scouted super fast.
Yeah, he's going to realize that and say, oh, what's up with that? But, oh, do we see a second pylon before core? So we're probably going to have a Zealot open here. Yep, we see the Zealot's going to be producing right now so that it can get out on the map. Definitely something we've seen from players like Shuttle. They really like that Zealot first play, then they go into like a 19 or 21 Nexus. So we'll see if BoA is going to be mimicking that style.
And it's nice Sim City from Nayoken. Still doesn't have a gas quite yet. This is around the time when you want to get that gas. He hasn't cut any SCVs. And perfect timing. Minerals and gas lined up for it. You can see he's still making Marines. He knows that was a fast probe scout. Even though he hasn't gotten to BoA's base, he should expect some aggression. And he's correct. There's one Zealot with a second one on the way. This is Zealot, core Zealot. It's not non-stop Zealots, but he's still going to be able to put on some kind of pressure here.
Yeah, he'll look to see what he can get. We have a second Zealot also in production. We'll see if BoA can grill. Oh, we see Nayoken using his SCV while BoA is microing the Zealot. He's attacking the probe line. We'll see if we can get one. Really solid SimCity here. Nayoken should be able to hold the Zealot pretty easily. I'm sure BoA will try to pick off the SCV, making the factory. Try to get down. Ooh, some good shots there from the Zealot.
They got 2 swipes on 1 Marine. SCV on the factory hasn't been delayed, and looks like this Zealot will go down. It might get 1 Marine. Nope. Good control from Nyoken.
Oh my goodness, what great little SCV drill that are slow down the Zealot. Now you notice he did make a 5th Marine. We're probably going to see a little bit of maybe some counter pressure here from Nyoken if he's able to really just clean the Zealot up. A lot of times Terran can make 2 Vultures and go and press because the Protoss is throwing away both of the Zealots. We'll see if he's going to push out or if he's going to be just taking his command center and playing safe.
Is this a scenario where Protoss plants this Nexus? They're going to have a delayed Dragoon with delayed range and can definitely be punished. Nyoken got the full scout there. He saw all 3 pylons.
He's sending his Vulture. He's going to hide it and see if he can get some pressure from the Dragoons and sneak this Vulture in. We see this area, both the command center and the Nexus went down at pretty much the same time. I think advantage Terran here a little bit with what's happened so far. To give away 2 Zealots really for just 1 Marine, and now this Vulture is going to be able to get in past this 1 Dragoon. Oh, he's not going to take a chance. Just going to pull back, recycle.
And this, yeah, it's going to be mines. That's why he didn't want to throw away this Vulture to get in. Just want to get out on the map, have some mines planted so he could have some vision, some detection, some map control. Blowout, meantime, he sees the bunker, he sees an extra Marine. Maybe he thinks this is some kind of pressure, but this could also be standard. Here, usually what Protoss does is they run a Dragoon in to check the command center, but with 4 Marines in the bunker, you're going to take a lot of damage there.
Yeah, you have to confirm though as Protoss because you don't really want any shenanigans to happen where you all of a sudden don't check and then it's a 2-fac and you get pushed in and you're just producing pros and not making Dragoons out of that second gateway. So I understand why he pokes in. He wants to get that scout. But I still think Nyoken's in a pretty good position. He didn't really take much damage. You see that he's up a worker right now. I think it'll be a couple in a second once he gets this command center up. He's really good at making these SCVs and workers. I feel like he's very, very comfortable right now.
Yeah. Basically the same expansion timing, and we have a worker advantage. BoA did lose 1 with the harassment, but economically about even, which is not good for Protoss. And we see Nayoken planting a lot of mines. I like that one at 12 o'clock. He also has some between BoA and his bases, and just a lot of Vultures. When you can go open like this with a lot of Vultures, it helps your build order. You're gonna get a faster second factory, gonna get faster eBay or armory. And you can just see both players comfortable here, just powering up. No aggression from either side.
We see the fast armory here from Nayoken. He's going to probably play just that fast upgrade style, kind of sit a little bit as he goes. I'm not sure if BoA planted the robotics in the middle left of his base, or if it's just another pylon. Right now, oh, no support. Oh, there's a support bay. So we see a pretty standard 2 OBS into a Reaver build here. This map's pretty good for the Reaver because of how open the main is, so we'll see if he is going to try to get some harassment done or if he's just going to plant it outside and try to expand behind it.
Oh, is this Siege and Armory and Goliath range? Yeah. So Nayoken playing very defensively. This is about as defensive as you can get, but he's read the scouting report. He knows BoA likes to go into speed shuttle, so no surprise at all. That we're going to see speed shuttles from BoA here yet again, and BoA going to comfortably take a 3rd base out of good timing here.
Yeah, good timing. Has the observers out, and we are making sure that we just kind of see everything that Nyoken's doing. We kind of know where he's at, and Nyoken's feeling the same way. So both players kind of just going a little tit for tat on information and picking what their build wants to be.
There's a starport from Nayoken, and 2 factories, both with add-ons on. How many Goliaths is this? Usually you want either 3 or 4. With 4, you can 2-shot any shuttle. If you're investing in range, you really want that. Only see 2 right now, though. Somehow this observer got in like the perfect spot.
Came through the bottom, snuck in. Sneaky observers. Protoss OP map hacks here with the observers in the base. Unbelievable.
Alright, so we're at 8 minutes. Starport's about to complete. Usually we're going to see the factory flood starting from Nayoken. Either going to go up to something like 4 or 5 factories. Gets the scan on the shuttle. Perfect scan.
Alright, Nayoken, what a scan right there. Sees the shuttle's on its way. Moving on in. He's getting in position to make sure he takes no damage. Really well done from him. It's kind of interesting here, Sari. We have two players really kind of just taking their time, kind of making sure they're hitting their bills. Nothing too crazy, not too much pressure yet. I wonder if that's been affected from some of their old games or what's going on here, because it's been very just making sure we're just going to get through it, get to the mid game. It seems for both players are happy with.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult for Nayoken to take this out. You can see the 4th and 5th factories going down now. This is about a minute late. He's going to have very low unit count. Basically just the tanks and the Goliath to support. Only now going to mix in some vultures, and we see BoA going up to 6 gateways. He's going to have the production advantage here.
Not mining a second gas. I'm not sure if that's by design or if it's just a small error from him. He might just be looking to keep his mineral count high so that he can really flood those zealots and make it hard for Nayoken to be able to take his 3rd. Just force him to really push out slow.
Yeah, and slow, it's how it's going to be. You can see Nayoken setting up from within his own main to support the terrain. And seeing 5th, 6th factories going to take out this observer finally. I don't even know how he saw it.
I guess he saw the blur. He saw the little blur and he was like, I got to get rid of this thing.
Alright, here's a slow tank and turret push towards his 3rd base. BoA has 2 Reavers now. And he's going to pick this off easily. And just delaying Nayoken's 3rd.
Yeah, he kind of just can sit here, right? He feels pretty good. If Nayoken can ever get to a 3rd, especially if it delays just the mineral only, it's not a 3rd gas base, so that's definitely a big deal. He knows Nayoken needs to secure this to be able to get to that 4th base that has the double gas. So he's just planning on holding him in here. Delay him as long as he can, taking a 4th of his own, still not mining that 2nd gas. But he knows that if he can just keep him on these 2 bases and wait for a good engagement, he'll be able to get a big advantage in the fight in this mid to late game, because he won't have the 3rd gas to get all these upgrades. It's really hard to afford double armory upgrades, all these factories, tanks, so we'll see if he keeps going. Oh, gotta be careful here with these Reavers. Oh my goodness, just picks them up in time.
If they had 4 zealots, those would have been a lot of dead tanks there. And it looks like now we have double shuttle. This is the moment. Oh man, get on top of the tanks with the zealots.
Oh, and on siege. Oh no, big shots from the Reavers. Oh no, I think there's just too much Protoss here.
Yeah, command center also gonna go down. All the tanks have gone down, and this is what I said. It was only gonna be tanks, no support. The factories just too late there. You can see Vulture streaming out now, but it's too late. He's been busted. 3rd has gone down. Natural under threat of going down. Just so many Dragoons left over. There's the GG.
There's the GG. Oh my goodness. Wow. What a great bust from BoA. What a great timing. I think that's why he wasn't mining the 2nd gas there. I think he saw that the factory count didn't go up right away. So he just added gateways, got a ton of speed zealots, got a 2nd speed shuttle, and said, you know what, I'm just going to bust him here. He doesn't have the support to be able to get out. This is what he's going to be able to do. So really well played there by BoA. Really good decision making with the information that he had.
Yeah, and I think it came down to a couple things. The factories just not on time. And BoA, I mean, he had the 2nd shuttle at the perfect timing there. Without the 2nd shuttle, it's a little bit harder to execute that play. But if you're able to get it right on top of the tanks, you can see how awkward it was for Nayoken. He had to unsiege, and just unsieging mid-fight is a death sentence return. But had he stayed there, he would have also lost everything. So very difficult. And again, Nayoken, Longinus having a tough time on that map. And you can see the weaknesses of Terran in the early game. Just hard to get that 3rd base set up, and then eventually even hard to get the 4th base set up.
Yeah, I think I wonder if this will play into Nayoken's mindset in the upcoming games, because he played really safe. We saw the double Goliaths, we saw the Goliath range, siege mode, trying to take it out slowly, put turrets up, but yet still got busted. So maybe he'll want to change his play style up a little bit so that he doesn't have these issues going into the next couple games.
Yeah, so it's going to be a map choice, and there are a lot of good Terran maps left. Maps where the 3rd is easier, the terrain isn't as unforgiving. So we'll see what Nayoken opts to pick here.
So who was, I think, was BoA the higher MMR player for the ladder stage? Because then this should be...
Yes.
Okay, so then this would be Nayoken's pick, right? Because he would pick 2nd. Should be interesting to see what he decides. Okay, we're getting word that the map is going to be Butter. I'm surprised that that's a Nyoken pick. I feel like maybe Nyoken picked the first map. Maybe BoA let him go first, because I'm not sure Terran loved to pick 2-player maps. Sari, what do you think?
Well, here's the thing. Normally, if it were like, well, Gas Deal is going to be a threat here. But I've seen Nyoken play a lot of TVP going up against Gateway Man. If he can get his bases up, he'll just set up a wall and never attack. And against Gateway Man on 2-player map, where Terran can split it, that becomes very difficult. So if we're going to see the same strategy from BoA, I actually expect to see the exact same thing from Nyoken.
Yeah, you think so? I agree. I think there's definitely going to be a gas deal. We did see Nayoken play against John Hood here and take that game. That was the game that he took off of him. So we do know Nayoken can really play well on this map, especially against really high-level Protoss opponents. So maybe he has a plan up his sleeve. Maybe he's got something going on. I find this hard PBT later, as you said, Sari, because of how there's so many ramps and chokes. It's hard to move the Protoss army effectively to engage if you do get to that mid to late game. It's just there's no really good terrain to fight on unless you're trying to engage the Terran coming up the ramps. So could be something Nayoken's thinking about as well.
And it looks like we are ready for game number 2 between BoA and Nyoken. And in the top right, we have BoA.
And in the bottom right, it is Nayoken. All right, we'll see pretty quickly here, Sari, if there's going to be some shenanigans. If we see a probe go out really early for just a pylon for a proxy gateway, or is it going to be a gas deal? We'll see what shenanigans that we have, and we'll know right away. So we'll see what happens.
Well, looks like one thing I've been seeing. Okay, look at this probe. Where's it going? This is way farther left, and it's just going to go out. Yep. No surprise here at all.
There he goes, Sari. There he goes. A probe on a mission.
Yeah, so it's not going to be proxy gate, which is also something I've seen on this map. But straight up gas deal, and then we'll see the fall plan. Look at this depot placement from Nyoken. This is it. I'm going to see this probe coming. Depot placement.
You will not build a pylon in a gateway in my base today. Not allowed. All right, so it'll be interesting to see. Is BoA going to go for the gas deal into a Nexus? Gas deal with the gateway into a Nexus? There's a couple variations that Protoss can do from this point. So we'll see. Oop. Oop. Got it. Okay, so we're going to go for the 10 gas deal, 11 gateway, it seems like. Or maybe not. Maybe we're just going to go for the Nexus.
Also something Protoss can do. Nyoken with the semi-wall, not complete wall, but nice sim city here. And Nyoken's always said, if the probe comes in and goes straight for the gas, that means it's not a proxy gate.
We do see the Nexus going down. One build order that did become popular for a little bit here, Sarah, I don't know if we're going to see it, but the Nexus into the Forge. It's because we know that there can't be any tanks early. So we'll see what BoA has planned. Now, if you're a Nyoken, you see this Nexus first. Do you go send another SCV out and try to drop it? Yeah, do you drop another barrack somewhere and try to just bust it?
Definitely an option. That's why sometimes you see the Forge, because it just negates any kind of early pressure. But it's just going to be gate. And here's the SCV going to see everything. Ooh, only one gate into gas, so very greedy from BoA.
Super greedy. I think BoA was waiting to see if that SCV came back, because normally a little tell from Terran is if they don't send the SCV back, then like, what is that SCV doing? Most times it's building a second barrack. So now that he sees that the SCV came back, it's not building anything on the map, he can take the gas. So BoA kind of just using the information given to him. Seems like Nyoken's just going to take a Nexus or a command center himself and just play out from here after he kills the gas. And just try to play standard. You're probably right, sir. He's saying to himself, you know what? if I can sit here and I can get to a third base and maybe a fourth base, I can just split this map and take this game. So maybe that's why he's not too stressed about making any early plays here. And I would say this is the grittiest of expansions. We see one Zealot being made and the core was dropped immediately. So definitely the most greedy type of Nexus first you can do for Protoss here. The only thing greedier would be a Robo before a Goon, but we'll see what the decision is from BoA.
Yeah, this could potentially be Robo before Rain. And well, last game, Nyoken went into the mid game with even economy. Here he's just going to be behind. So it's going to be quite significant. And even though this map is better for Terran to get that third base, when you're playing from an economic deficit, it's not that great. But we'll see. Nyoken is keeping up the SCV production, but that second Nexus is done. Nice pick off of the probe here. And
well done from Nayoken. I still think he's got to be worried about trying to push the third. It'll be interesting to see if he takes the third to the left or the third on the high ground. Because I do think there's still a big surface area in the front of the bases here that is bustable by Protoss still. So I think we saw a second gateway down for BoA, and then we see double factory here from Nayoken.
Yeah, just delaying this bunker for as long as possible. Not going to be Robo, and Nayoken's going to get in. Going to have full scout. And this is very nice return. And you can see exactly what Protoss is up to. You know, for example, here you can cut your detection, because you know Protoss is really just powering on 2 gates, trying to get a lot of units out. And second gas from BoA, pretty fast. Common with 12 Nexus, we don't really know what he's going to go into. Just going to be Robo here.
Yeah, Nayoken should be feeling pretty safe now, right? He sees everything. He knows exactly what's going on. He knows he can just doesn't have to get too crazy with turrets or anything right now. He knows all the timings, so really good scout. I think we're going to see BoA put some pressure on with this range goons to try to hit this. Oh, that goon took some damage, I guess, poking in so far.
Yeah, I think that was the command center confirmation goon. Gotta be careful here. Goons have the same range as Marines without the upgrade.
Good pullback by BoA. Range is almost done. BoA will know that the tank is going to be pretty delayed, so he'll have a lot of units. I'm curious, Sarah, because I do know sometimes with Protoss when they do these types of builds, you can jump on the bunker with like 5 or 6 goons and 2 zealots, or even just, he only has 1, but you can jump on it. You see Nayoken already pulling SCVs, knowing that that's a possibility, that you could just dive on this bunker. There's no tank support. You could just try to bust it. But Nayoken is aware of this and is ready to go with these 2 SCVs.
It's 4 Dragoons, though. It's got to react accordingly. 1 SCV, 4 Dragoon. There's the first tank. There's 1 low Dragoon, if I'm correct. So, I'm going to target that. Gotta be careful with the tank!
Oh, no! He's going in. Could this be it here, Siri? He's pushing in, kills the first tank, and just runs the goons in. Second tank is out. Oh, good SCV drill as well. But the tank is taking damage.
So, tank is going to go down. And now it's 4 Dragoon. Oh, actually, it's only 3. This is definitely holdable. It's not going to be the end of the game, but obviously not ideal. Losing 2 tanks. Not going to lose a third. And in the end, I think this wasn't that great for BoA. I mean, I always see this, right? Like, you get the tank. You're going to get in. Terran has no units. But then they have 18 SCVs versus your 5 Dragoons, and your Dragoons bug out and can't do anything.
Those SCVs are big boys, Sari. They can get in there and they can hold, and they did. Oh, no. Here we go. Is he going to die for this tank as well? It's 2 shots away. Goon frozen. Still gets another tank. That's another major loss there for Nayoken. Can't be just giving up these tanks like this. Even trading for a Goon, that's just a good trade for Protoss.
Yeah, I was going to say Nayoken was fine, but losing that extra tank, not even picking off any Dragoons, really makes it painful now because, I mean, Terran is all about that tank count. That tank count allows you to do things you can't do without it. You can't take a third as easily. Looks like Nayoken, he wants to push out here, but losing those 3 tanks, maybe just pushes out to get vultures on the map, which is also viable here.
He does. But we did see in BoA's base that there was a shuttle ready. I think a Reaver will be popping out any second here. Yep, it is in the shuttle already and on the move. Speed is almost done, along with the Citadel, so I think we're going to see another 3-base high-pressure bust scenario here from BoA. But that 3rd base looks pretty undefended.
Oh man, these vultures getting out is huge. But Nayoken, he's not reacting. There we go. Finally sees the probes. Gonna be able to pick off a lot of probes here.
Oh,
It's
this
like
is
3,
fantastic for Nayoken. Look at this.
4 probes. Oh, actually, no. 4, 5, 6 probes, and all of them have been forced to retreat. Can even get a 7th here at the 3rd Nexus.
Uh-oh. Do we have siege? Oh my goodness, huge shot from the Reaver, and the goons are diving in again on these tanks. Do we have siege mode, Sarah? I don't know.
Oh man, it looks like we doesn't. It's only 1 Reaver, but just Dragoon support. He's at the choke. Looks like most of the Dragoons have gone down. The SCVs are exposed here. He's got to be careful. Looks like he's gonna pull them. Oh, those mines could be huge.
Oh no, the SCVs are transferring. Oh my goodness, so many SCVs down.
Oh, and I see the add-on spinning and their siege. It's only halfway done. We do have 4 tanks, but the Reaver. Okay, Nayoken with pulling it back, getting Goliath. Tanks are clumped.
Oh man,
they're clumped again. Here comes the Reaver. Siege almost done.
Oh my god, another tank down. Oh my goodness, tanks are glitching out a little bit. One comes forward, it's gonna get picked. Siege is finally done. Can he get it? Oh, another tank down. And another tank down. Okay, this Reaver's gonna die, but at what cost?
SCV's gonna kick it out.
SCV. No, another hero one. Oh my goodness.
Okay, the tank takes it out.
But what damage done there by BoA. I mean, so many SCVs killed. We see the worker difference now. We have a 15 worker lead here for BoA. He's on 3 bases. Oh my goodness. He loses another tank. I don't know. This might just be too much damage here for Nayoken.
Relentless pressure. Just really snowballing from the early attack. You lose tanks. It allows Protoss to do things like this. The late siege was also critical.
Yeah, and at this point, every SCV that dies just hurts more and more, and every tank loss is bigger and a bigger deal. You can see he has 2 siege tanks right now, and we already see that BoA has 7, 8 gateways up, 3 bases, super healthy economy. He is just now going to flood in. Another Reaver, double shuttle. Going to be really hard for Nayoken to take this 3rd base. Oh, we see he put the command center down anyway.
Well,
he doesn't care. No tanks, no problem. Nayoken taking the 3rd.
Yeah, but I mean, only because BoA doesn't know. If the shuttle for any reason flies over, you can see the tank count. It's only at 4. You really need like 10, 12 tanks to be able to creep your way towards that. These tanks are so exposed. What is this?
Oh no, we're gonna get free tank picks again here. Oh, Dragoon's running into mines. Dragoon's not the smartest unit in the game. They struggle, but just picking tanks. Down to 1 tank now. And we see, I think BoA is just going to continue to push in and just keep trading. Because he knows if he just keeps trading some of his goons for tanks, it's fine. He can just do whatever he wants on the map.
Keep the tank count low. You can just keep the pressure on, keep expanding, keep adding gateways, and there's really nothing to slow you down here. You can see he's on the factories now. Nayoken with the scan sees all the gateways BoA has up.
Just made it out. I think this is just Nayoken collecting his thoughts a little bit. I think he knows where he stands at this point. He has 5 factories, only 1 tank available right now. Oh my goodness, here comes the Reaver to fire into the SCV line. Tons of SCVs going down again. It's just unfortunate here for Nayoken.
Oh, looks like it's gonna...
Oh my goodness, what a hero. My Reaver would have blown up on itself. It wouldn't have even hit the SCVs.
Mine wouldn't even have shot. It would have just kept walking.
It just spins around in circles. Oh, we see Nayoken trying to fight out here. Oh, that shuttle getting a little low. Got to be careful. Oh, it's out of scarabs. I think it's just refilling. Oh, another tank down. Oh no, can he save that tank? Yes, he saves that tank.
You're still alive though. Oh, he needs to reload. It's not shooting. Doesn't have any scarabs. You can see Nayoken just can't get set up, can't get established, can't really be secure at any moment. The pressure from BoA is just relentless. pick off another tank. We're down to 2 again. Reaver is still alive. Looks like the shuttle is going to get picked off finally.
Oh no, another shot though goes down. Just so much damage here from BoA. Sorry, he's up almost 30 workers. He's taking a 4th base. He has double robo, 3 reavers. There's going to be soon be 4 reavers. Oh my goodness. Just non-stop pressure here from BoA, and he's just getting all these speed shuttle double robo down. Can Nayoken handle a massive drop in the back of his base? I don't know if he can handle the front and the back at the same time. Oh, it's just a tough situation.
See, he's trying to set up tanks, turrets, but well, the Reavers don't really have an option here to unload.
BoA taking a 5th base behind this as well, adding a 2nd forward for double upgrades. Nayoken's gonna see this 4th base.
Well, this one vulture is giving him a lot of time to get set up. See, he's already established a lot of mines. He's getting units to his 3rd finally, and probably gonna get some turrets. And if you can just get a couple tanks, yeah, you could see just with a few tanks with turrets and mines to support, can't get this established. He's still way behind, obviously, but at least he has a 3rd base now. He's gonna get his upgrades. And problem is, BoA's gonna max out within a minute. Nyoken's only gonna possibly be at like 120 supply or something.
Yeah, I will say this about Nyoken, Sari. If there's someone who knows how to drag games on and pull themselves back into it, it is Nayoken. He's very good at splitting the map, very good at slowly pushing up, just defending, knowing where the armies are. You know, it's definitely something. I know the deficit is really, really big right now, but if he gets maybe one favorable engage, he floats the eBay, floats the barracks, lets the goons take fire, target fires with glides on shuttles. Maybe he can hold one attack and kind of push himself into a 4th and draw this into a really long game. Because we know, even though Protoss is going to 70 supplies a lot, but attacking in a set of Terran is always difficult. With all these mines, tanks, we'll see if he can pull it together enough.
Yeah, looks like we're going to have a mass shuttle drop potentially into the main. Beyond the armories. Looks like maybe it's gonna still go for the frontal attack, but I really think okay, looks like it's coming. Have a lot of speed zealots ready. There's not a lot of turrets here.
Yeah, I think this is still going to be hard for him to hold. We do see much tanks. Those tanks are on a lot of mines. I'm a little worried about the mine drags, and I think this is it right here. He's getting in position. 3 shuttles. Goon's going to lead to clear some mines, and Zealots are going to go through. Let's see how the controls here from BoA. Here we go. Big moment. Mines exploding, vultures targeting, Goliaths targeting, units dropping everywhere. Oh my goodness, those scarabs just evaporate that group of tanks. And I think BoA here is gonna do it. He just needs to go up to the 3rd base. Supplies have plummeted for both. I would say more for Protoss because of all those Reavers and shuttles, but the damage is done here, Sari. We reset the tank count. We're on the 3rd base. I'm not sure Nayoken can continue to hold as the units come to reinforce. Oh, Templar's coming to storm more SCVs.
You'll have a complete wall on the other side, so reinforcing from that angle, not going to be useful. Storm's out of range of the mineral line, at least for Nayoken. Looks like these mine drugs are huge, though. Going to be able to pick off these tanks.
Oh, no. Okay, he sniped down that mine so it didn't explode. Oof. Okay. Nayoken looked like he may hold here. You know, and he was down, what, 70 supply? Now he's only down about 40. So I guess that does close the gap a little bit. But BoA just pressing the lead. Now he's on his 6th base already. Just trying to make sure he just continues to push that lead. I'm assuming we're going to start seeing some storm drops coming in as well with these speed shuttles to really help him push his lead even further. But Nayoken did hold. That is the first hold so far.
Oh, double shuttle again, and now we have storm, like you said. And just instantly, GG's. Unfortunate. It looked like it was going to go on a little bit longer, but you could just see any moment of vulnerability from Nayoken ends the game.
Yeah, and you got to give credit to BoA there, right? I mean, he not only pushed his lead with the units and getting really efficient trades, but he made sure that he was taking bases, pushing the eco lead as well, to know that he could play into that mid and late game if he had to, as long as he was trading armies. Because we know when Terran are just losing tanks, they really aren't effective to be able to push and attack you. So it was really, really well played from him. A little bit unfortunate for Nayoken. I think he didn't have siege in there because he went mines first with speed. So unfortunate, but we're going to see BoA move over to the winner bracket semifinals, and Nyoken goes down to the losers bracket to play against the bus.
Yep, and you can see BoA again beating Nayoken pretty convincingly. Just seems like he has his number.
Go BoA.
And on the other side, we have Dewalt, Bonnet. Be PvPs for the rest of the day, and this is gonna be pretty epic.
Yeah, sir, I don't know what to think when these two are about to match up. I do know Bonnet, the last time they met up, he had the better. I think we even forced so much frustration to Dewalt. He ended up canceling a core and then GGing out. It's going to be interesting to see what they decide and how their styles they're going to play.
Yep. And I think before that, we are going to take a short break. Zero.
right, welcome back from our small break. I'm sure everyone's anticipation and excitement has risen over that small break because we are about to see two of the best protists in the foreign scene go head to head again, Seri, again.
Yeah, and I mean, this could definitely be a finals matchup. So seeing it this early is pretty surprising. And I mean, this is exciting. This is about as good as it gets in the foreign scene. Dewalt and Bonnet, PvP, and these guys have faced off a lot. Even in this own tournament, this is the third time they're gonna face off.
Yeah, that's absolutely crazy. It's just so crazy because they have such, I wouldn't say conflicting, but definitely different strengths amongst their games. So we'll see today who will be able to get the advantage. Will it be Bonyth with some crazy early micro and some good fights, or will Dewalt be able to defend and drag it out into the late game where he is really, really, really strong? Who knows?
Different styles from these two players, different strengths. I mean, Bonyth is obviously just magnificent Reaver control from him. If you can get Bonyth in Tournament 24 with the shuttle and a Reaver, I don't care what the matchup is, he's gonna have a good chance. And the Dewalt on the other side, just a very strong overall mechanic and strategic player. And not saying his shuttle Reaver isn't good, it's just against Bonyth, you're always gonna be at a deficit. Even Koreans don't have the level of control Bonnet does.
Yeah, I think I'm curious to see what maps players are going to pick, who's going to choose, since they're picking right now, and then we're going to see who has maybe some kind of special strategies picked for those maps. Do they have a little style they want to try? I think any time that you've played someone, you know, I think we were saying 100 times in the last couple of years, it might be good to whip out something new, a little bit different. So let's see what happens today. You see their BSL ELO first and second, 26-77 versus 25-32 with almost identical stats. Crazy.
Yeah, you can see no matchup worse than 70% for either player. BSL 12 was the last time Bonnet was in the finals, but before that, he had won 4 in a row. Dewalt hasn't won since like BSL 3, but always in the round of 8, round of 4, even the finals. And the first map is going to be Overwatch.
Yeah, Overwatch 2-player map, so we do know shenanigans are on the table, but I believe our players are ready, so let's jump into the game.
Alright, in the top left spawn, we have Dewalt.
And in the bottom right, the red Protoss, it's Bonyth. So, Sari, 2-player map. We all know. PvP, Eclipse has been on the ladder list forever. Proxy gate is available. Do you think we'll see shenanigans game 1, or do you think they'll both just want to start out standard?
I think we're going to see standard from both of these players. I don't even expect like a 10-12. I expect 1 gate Robo or 1 gate Expo. Something not too aggressive from either player. And the reason for that is because defensively, you just have a huge advantage on this map. The aggressor has to cross a very narrow bridge or go the long way around. It just gives the defender more time to get unit.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if we're going to be able to see a 20-second gate for a bonds for early goon pressure into an expand, or if we're just going to see the 1 gate robo. All right, Phil, thank you for the huge tip again. We really appreciate all the donations today. Keep them going in today. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, neither player scouting after gateway. It looks like we have Bonnet checking, well, actually Dewalt checking his main in case something funky is going on here. And it's like we have a gas.
Dewalt
from
also
both
checking
players.
his base. Look at that. They do not want any shenanigans of gateways in their base and losing the first game. That would be probably devastating and frustrating for both. So they're both checking and then scouting after gas here.
So far, mirror builds.
Bonnet a little bit faster on his core, but nothing too significant. Just a couple seconds. I think a PvP is becoming more and more popular to scout after the core or after the gas. Not as early of a scout. It used to be like a gateway scout was pretty much the standard. But players are trying to get that little bit extra economy boost. And we see that they're both going to scout each other and say, okay. So far, mirror builds. But it's from this point that it gets a little bit more interesting. Oh, Dewalt's going to hide his scouts. Maybe he'll try to pretend that he's not scouting at all.
The scout didn't go through the middle of the map. It actually went to the bottom side and like between the net and the third, entered that way. So Dewalt is acting like he didn't scout, which is interesting. He's also hid the probe there. Don't think it's going to be for proxies or anything. I think it just wants to get a later scout once the Dragoon is out, in case Bonnet tries to hide anything. We'll see, though. No?
Yeah, sometimes this can trigger a Protoss to go DTs, right? Because, oh, he didn't scout me, he doesn't know what I'm doing, I'm going to skip range and go ASAP DTs. We don't see that Bonyth is doing that, but definitely something Dewalt could be playing into his mindset of, like, you know, maybe I could force him into a build or force him to do something that maybe he wouldn't normally because I'm not scouting. But so far, it's just standard play from both.
And that definitely looks like just range on it. It looks like we actually have one probe pulled off gas for Dewalt.
Yeah, that kind of maybe tell us that we're going to see maybe a 1-gate Nexus.
So it's huge for him.
Oh, ooh. First shot goes to Dewalt. Oh, 2 for 2. Oh, and here we go now. We see the scout coming in. He sees there's no shenanigans. There's no 3-gate. Dewalt might be saying, perfect. This is why I pulled off of gas. Now I can take a robotics and use that defender's advantage. Oh, there we go. Robotics down for Bonnet. He saw it.
Yep, here comes the Nexus. And yeah, this is exactly the reason for hiding that scout. And Bonnet, when he saw that probe, he's like, where the heck did this come from?
Yeah, he had to double check his base to make sure there was no gateway down there. Those DTs coming out of your own base, that's a real problem. But that scout, Sari, is going to be massive because we see Bonnet going with the Robo, but Dewalt's just going to put down the Nexus and probably go into 3-gate because he knows he doesn't really need the robotics, right? He's feeling very comfortable. There's no DT threat. He saw the Robo, so he could just go into like a mass goon style. And what happens is, even if you come to pressure with the Reaver and the Shuttle, you could have an overwhelming amount of Dragoons, even for the Reaver and the Shuttle. So definitely a high IQ play there from Dewalt.
Yeah, you can see Bonnet going to the second gateway. Probably going to be some kind of Reaver push. And yeah, like you said, he's just going to defend with overwhelming number of Dragoons here. You see straight support base, so not even an observatory from Bonnet.
I do worry for Bonnet here because of, like you're saying, you can sit on the high ground, you can sit by the ramp. As long as you know where the army's coming from, you can get yourself in a really good arc to fight against these armies. So definitely could be trouble here. We'll see if Dewalt's just going to go into a 3-gate Robo with the Reaver and maybe like a shield battery, or is he going to go into like a 5-gate goon straight out pusher and just kind of go away and just kind of just keep producing those units. I'm curious to see what he decides from here.
See, Bonnet, he is going to have a faster timing because he's skipping Observer, but of course the Observer does allow you to see, gives you vision, which is key for the Reaver's range. It's only going to go Observer now. And he's going to have a significant number of Dragoons as well, but you can see Dewalt already looking to get out on the map. Of course, when you have the Dragoon advantage, you want to be out on the map. You don't want to be choked up behind terrain where Reaver scatters become more potent. You actually want to be aggressive with this, and it looks like he's ready to move up. You might be surprised by this quick Reaver, but looks like one Scarab gonna go off. I don't think Dewalt should commit here. Okay, only one actually connects on one Dragoon, so not terrible.
Yeah, Dewalt's getting information, and I know he's going to lose maybe a Zealot here, and a Dragoon and a Zealot, but he is buying a lot of time for those 3 gateways to kick in and get production. Bonnet, you can notice he's not waiting for the second Reaver. If he is aware that this has been an expansion or something greedy like that, he knows he has to kind of go with that first Reaver right away to get some pressure. Ooh, good micro here from Dewalt. Picks off a Goon and a Zealot, but I think these Goons are trapped here, Sari. This is not good for Dewalt and the build that he went for. He is losing all of these Goons. Oh my goodness, they're trapped.
Yeah, really backfired the angle of retreat he took. He couldn't get up this ramp, and now he's in big trouble because yeah, he had this Dragoon advantage, but he's given that up. So you can see Bonnet is gonna have 2 Reavers with this incoming push. I think the shuttle went back to pick up something.
Oh man. I think he picked up the second Reaver knowing that he killed so many Dragoons that he is going to have such a massive advantage. That's why he went and got the second one. He doesn't have to push anymore. He did what he had to do. We see Dewalt going across the ramp, maybe for a counterattack to cut off reinforcements. But does he have enough at his nat to hold this push coming in? There's not even a Reaver out yet, Sari.
Well, he's just abandoning the natural. He's going to try to pile off any Dragoons. Trying to make the game chaotic.
There's no Scarabs on that Reaver, though, in Bonnet's base yet. I mean, in Dewalt's base yet. So, oh, right away, 2 Scarabs go down. Oof. But he can't get in there. The game is going to be wild. He is blocking with the pylons. He can't get in his base just yet. We do see 4 Dragoons still in Bonnet's base. Dewalt needs to start targeting down those Dragoons as they come out. We're probably going to see Bonnet pull all of his probes and run them to Dewalt's base at some point. That way he can build a nexus here and fight on the high ground once he takes over Dewalt's base. That's usually pretty up. And there goes the probe pull. So he'll stop producing units. There's no need. Oh, and there's the GG from Dewalt.
There's just too many units from Bonnet. You can just see one mistake from Dewalt. He didn't retreat right away with those Dragoons. He tried to get some value out of them, but ended up getting trapped. And that was like 6 Dragoons. He lost, basically only killing 2 of Bonnet's, and just a double Reaver, just too strong. If you don't have the overwhelming number of Dragoons, if you have equal or less Dragoons, just nothing you can do there. Dewalt tried to make it chaotic with the counter, but just didn't have enough units.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that Dewalt didn't just kind of sit out on one of the high grounds or by the bridges and just kind of back up as the Reavers push forward. To really engage, I think, was probably a big mistake, and then I'm not sure his, like you said, retreat path to the bottom left was definitely not the way to go, but it happens. We make choices and sometimes they just don't work out, and Bonnet took full advantage of that once he saw it. He went back, picked up the second Reaver, and went for the bust.
Yeah, and made it look easy there with the Reavers. Just never took any damage on any Reaver, basically. Didn't make any wrong choices. Immediately tried to break up the ramp. Didn't. If the Dewalt had like maybe like 10 more seconds to get a Reaver with Scarabs loaded up, maybe he could have held, but Bonnet he didn't give him a moment to breathe there and just put the pressure on, and 1 game advantage for Bonnet here.
Yeah. And we talked about too, right? This is what Bonnet really wanted. This is the kind of games he was looking to play. These heavy micro-intensive games with the shuttle and the Reavers, early pressure, trying to end these games for 15 minutes, and once again, it worked out for him. Really well played by him.
Yep, and again, Bonnet up 1-0. Bonnet won the first time they faced 3-0, and in the finals, even though it was 3-3, Bonnet had 1 game advantage, so he also won that series. So looking to put another series victory against Dewalt under his belt.
Yeah, he's got to be feeling good about that first game. It was very clean, worked out the way it was for him. I will see what the next map pick will be, what we're going to see. Okay, the next map we're going to have is actually going to be Vermeer. So, 4-player map, definitely different than a 2-player map. Vermeer, small choke by the natural, so might also be good for a little bit defending there as you push in. But once again, we'll see what type of game it ends up becoming. Is it going to be a quick micro fight game again with 2-gate Reaver, or are we going to see a longer macro game? Should be interesting. I wonder how the mental goes for Dewalt here. I know he's a very experienced player, but I feel like in these situations it's always tougher. You know, when an opponent has always a little bit been your kryptonite and you go down a game, all of a sudden now you're playing from behind again. You know, you won't want to go to the losers bracket. So I wonder if he's actually feeling a little bit of pressure, or if he's just so experienced that he's like, oh, no problem, I'm just going to keep playing my style, or if he's going to try to get himself going here. Snap, depth. All right, we are ready. We're going to get into game number 2 between Bonnet and Dewalt on Vermeer. Let's go. All right, in the bottom right, up 1-0, it is Bonnet. Oh my goodness, look at that superhero. Wild.
And in the bottom left, in the color blue, we have Dewalt.
Oh man, that's awesome. I hope that's on their desk at both of their works so they know people could see their superhero selves in their spare time.
Now, it's not like Dewalt can't beat Bonnet. He has beaten, but it just seems like if it's a best of 7, Dewalt is gonna win 2 or 3 games, but he'll never, he doesn't have the edge to actually win the series. So he can take games off Bonnet, but he doesn't win the series. It's usually how it's gone between these two. Now the map is Vermeer. How does this play in PvP, in your opinion, Razz? Do you have any experience on this map?
I do. I think it's interesting because of the high grounds in the middle of the maps, so you could take good angles to defend as well, like force them to fight up the ramps. So you can be aggressive, but you can also be defensive with those things. Right now, looking at this game, I think we're going to see a 10-12 from Bonnet because of his gateway placement, which is going to be interesting because he's taking a little bit of a risk because it's not very close between the bases. So if Dewalt was cross map, it definitely could be more difficult. But you see that he is not, so he's actually got a pretty quick path. But yeah, that's my experience with PvP on this map. Is definitely it can get a little bit difficult to fight if they take the positions on the high grounds, and you gotta kind of maneuver your army around and kind of get slowed down. So we'll see. But this seems to be bad news for Dewalt for me, Sari. They're not cross map. We have a 10-12 going down for Bonnet. This is one of his probably better PvP styles. He definitely knows how to work and transition out of this really, really well. We'll see what Dewalt goes with. Let's hopefully he at least goes with the early Zealot. I haven't seen the Nexus stop blinking, so I'm not sure if the Zealot's in production. It seems to be since he has to cut 1 probe, so the Zealot should be in production. But Bonnet is going to be putting on a lot of pressure to start this game right here.
Yeah, so I actually do this build a lot when I PvP myself. I just like how you can put pressure on, and if your opponent makes a mistake, you can get an advantage in the early game. You're not really looking to kill them with this build. You just want to get maybe 2, maybe 3 probes, kill a Zealot. If you can damage the Dragoon at all, you're open to that. But really, it's just about getting a couple probes here and putting your opponent in a deficit economically.
Yeah, I think we're going to see some damage here from Bonnet. Dewalt opted not to scout, so he will have a faster goon and second goon because he has that extra pro mining. The problem is he doesn't know that this is coming. And normally you want to send this Dragoon and meet these Zealots out in the middle of the map. He's not going to meet these Zealots until they're right in front of his home, and now he sees what he's up against.
Oh, you don't want to get this Dragoon, okay. You want to get it up the ramp. If it gets on the other side, then you can get blocked off from your own main. Seeing a lot of shots on one Zealot, that's how you want to do it. Target 1 Zealot down with the Dragoon. Already 1 in the low.
1 probe down.
It's going to pick that off. 2 Zealots left. It's like another probe under threat. 2 Dragoons out here.
That was on Dragoon one time by mistake. Oh my goodness. Serious damage already for the Zealot going down. Oh, good micro.
Okay. So there's a lot of time. Dewalt hasn't been mining gas. Bonnet has information of this and only gets the 1 probe. So I actually think Dewalt is in a good position here. None of the Dragoons went down. We only took a little bit of health damage on 1. So I think Dewalt can actually, he has freedom to do a lot of things here. What is that from Bonnet? The Robo?
Looks a little bigger. Looks like a third gate.
Third gateway.
Oh man. So I think this is always the tricky part with playing against the 10-12 is how to transition out of it as the Protoss that how to defend like Dewalt, because you're in the dark, you don't know if he's going DT. Dewalt is almost forced to take a robotics because he has no idea what Bonnet's doing in his main. So, yep, he doesn't know, so he has to worry about the DT follow-up. Bonnet knows that, right? Big brain metagame going between these players, so he's just putting down a third gate and he's going to pressure. And if Dewalt comes across at all with his 2 gate Dragoons and the Observer and just tries to press him, thinking, oh, maybe it's DT, maybe it's something else, he will instantly die to the amount of Dragoons from Bonnet. So Gonna have to be careful here. Hopefully he'll send the observer out first.
Yeah, even holding the low ground like this, like Dewalt's doing, can be risky here against the 3-8. Dewalt is going to have a Dragoon deficit in the first fight. Like, Bonyth is going to go now with 6 to poke to see what Dewalt has. This isn't really the moment where Bonyth is going to have the advantage, but he will have a lot of intel here. So he's going to see equal amount of Dragoons. He's going to know, okay, this guy's not going DTs. He's not going to be under any risk at all. And this 6 Dragoon timing is standard from the 10-12 gate. This is when range finishes. This is when you can attack. Let's see who gets the first volley off. It's like about even 1 Dragoon for 1 Dragoon, which is good for Bonyth here.
Yeah, so any effective trading here for Bonnet, it's just going to be any amount of goose as long as it's equal, because he'll take the advantage. I think Dewalt gets the better of the trade. Bonnet didn't notice that weak Dragoon in the back just yet, but he's just going to have an extra Dragoon all the time popping out. So we're going to see his numbers slowly start to creep up over Dewalt's. And I don't think we have a robotics down yet for Dewalt. I think it's just the observer.
The shuttle observer Reaver, it looks like.
Yeah. So he
Dewalt
won't have that big firepower to really match with the Dragoons. Let's see, here we come in with 7 versus 6 now.
Dewalt gets the first shot off. Not picking up that 1 low Dragoon on the left from Bonnet. Finally sees it. Dewalt with the defender's advantage. You can see how quickly he can reinforce. And again, just barely, I think Dewalt's going to take the edge here. Oh, it looks like just 1 Dragoon coming from Bonnet. Going to force Dewalt back into his main. We actually have a Zealot here, which isn't going to help out. And one thing I noticed, Dewalt's support bit was actually late because he didn't have enough gas. And you remember earlier how he wasn't mining gas at all during the Zealot pressure.
Yep, and we're all in here, Sari. 3-gate. Robo gonna have to make a bust happen. Got to do significant damage with this build here. Gonna sit there and defend. I think Bond's gonna keep picking off. Dewalt almost doesn't want that Dragoon to fire from the top of the ramp because that allows Bonnet to have vision. I think he's gonna hold, but we see a probe pull. I'm surprised we're pulling the probes, pulling the boys. Picks off another.
You know what was interesting? The missed shots from Bonnet. Usually it's like around 50%. I think almost 80% missed because that first Zealot just didn't die. Now we actually have the Reaver out. It's got to be careful.
Oh my goodness, double
ground.
pick. Wow, that was a great double pick there from Bonnet. What are we doing? Oh no!
Okay, looks
okay,
like
good micro, good micro.
That was a little bit stressful there when we had a bare shuttle with a Reaver against 4 Dragoons, but they were all pretty bruised up.
Yeah, if he would have picked that shuttle, it would have been just absolute devastation. And now, sorry, this is the spots I'm talking about on this map. You're fighting up the ramp there. And things can become a little difficult, so you're probably going to see Bonnet just continue to produce. Oh, shuttle going in. He's got to be really careful with that shuttle. It is really bruised.
Yeah, this is his only advantage right now. Bonfast is faster Nexus. He's gonna match his Robo soon. We have a worker lead from Dewalt, I think. He just hasn't cut at all. And we also matching the 3-gate, but really the only advantage Dewalt has is this shuttle. He needs to keep it alive. He needs to... If he can get a Scarab off, fine, that's good. But you don't want to lose this Reaver and shuttle. Almost under no circumstance, because you know Bonnet is going to have his own pretty soon. He's just going to be able to put on counter pressure.
Yeah, we see here it comes in the shuttle. Can we get a good Scarab off from behind? Ooh. No pro pull. No pro pull. Can it get there? Oh my goodness. Dud.
What?
Absolute dud. Oh.
Oh. What is seeing this? Why is there an... Oh, it's a probe.
Hidden probe. Look at that.
That's an observer probe. And looks like we have the counter attack from Bonnet. He has his own Reaver. He knows Dewalt is across the map. We have 1 Reaver here, but no shuttle. Are we going to get a shield battery in time? Looks like Dewalt's just going to go for the Razz.
Oh, good shot. But we have to defend at home. And with no shuttle, things could get a little weird here quickly.
Well, the Dragoons from Dewalt very clumped up here.
Oh, we got the shuttle.
Get the shuttle and the Reaver. Dewalt is still alive, and he's still harassing on the other side of the map.
Oh, he holds for sure here, Sari. He holds for sure, and he's doing massive economic damage here to Bonyth. Oh my goodness. Oh no. So many probes, it hurts.
So just gonna barely hold here with the second Reaver to support, and now we see the huge economic advantage that Dewalt has. He harassed so much. Bonnet must have been distracted there. He got his shuttle picked off really quickly.
Yeah, not like Bonnet usually to have that shuttle and the Reaver die so fast, but he probably was trying to pull probes and micro back at home against the Reaver that was in his base. But you can see we have significant damage to that probe count for Bonnet right now. Dewalt right now knows just to macro. He just needs to macro and kind of get himself ready for another push, and he's good to go.
I like that he's killing off these eggs. Just makes it a little bit easier for him. And we're gonna have another attack from Bonnet.
I guess Bonnet feels that he has to do some type of damage here to try to get back into it. There was no shuttle yet, but we have 2 Reavers probably versus 1. And 4 gateways pumping out a lot of units. Dewalt trying to get a good surface area here so he doesn't have to fight inside the choke and take so much damage. But here we go.
Ooh, going for that shuttle yet again. See Dewalt. Once you neutralize the threat of the shuttle, it becomes a lot easier for you to defend. And Bonnet basically hasn't been making probes. He wanted to get it all done with that push. See, Dewalt's lead is growing here. Now he has 2 Reavers to Dewalt's none. He's gonna have his own shuttle pretty soon. Gonna be able to put on counter pressure.
Yeah, I think now this is just a time waiting game here, where we see the engagement already starting. Double Reaver versus no Reaver. Definitely difficult here for Bonnet. I think Dewalt's just going to continue to push and get across the map here, and probably going to bust Bonnet at this point. Can Bonnet snipe the shuttle? He goes for it. Microing back. Doing a good job. Oh, he got the shuttle and the other Reaver Sari. No way, he's going to hold. He was able to pick the shuttle with the Reaver in it, and the Reaver got dropped. That was weak, so he was able to kill it right away.
Yeah, I'm not even sure how he did that, to be honest. Same number of Dragoons, but you have no Reavers versus a shuttle and 2 Reavers. Just good control, able to pick that off. Now Bonnet has his own Reaver. He's going to be able to hold, but again, just the probe difference is so huge. You can see Dewalt just powering up. He's going to go up to 6, potentially even 8 gateways, and then Bonnet is stuck on 4. He can't even get a second gas. It looks like just more units streaming in.
Dewalt is doing just an amazing job spreading the goons so they're not taking much splash damage at all. And he has an observer up there, so he can see up the ramp. He doesn't want to just waste units, though. He doesn't want to just give them away for free for Scarab, so he's going to pull back and just try to take a better angle here.
Yeah,
see, look at him spread those goons. Wow, really well done from him. Killing more probes, just feeling that he is just so far ahead.
Really hunting for that shot. It's 1 hit away.
Yeah, 3 shield, 1 HP, looking for it. But you see the huge supply difference here already. Already up 35 supply for Dewalt. 6 gateways just pumping non-stop goons. Well, now he has his shuttle again. Oh, and he gets the shuttle and the Reaver. He's trying to pick the shuttle, but doesn't matter. Dewalt's trying to bait him to shoot at the shuttle again. Well done. Really good micro. And I think that's it. We see GG from Bonnet.
That was very well done by Dewalt. Just fantastic defensive play, and really did a good job of not losing momentum against the 3 gate. Eventually had to go up his ramp, but just barely held. The 1 Zealot was huge there. Just 1 Zealot on the ramp. It was 2 Dragoons and 1 Zealot versus 4 Dragoons, and he was able to hold that. Really gave himself some time to get those Reavers out.
That Zealot was like Neo from the Matrix. He ducked and dodged every one of those Dragoon shots. He would not let them hit him, and he held on the ramp, which allowed Dewalt to get back in it. I think the even bigger fight there, sir, was when Bonnet went into the natural with the 1 Reaver and got the shuttle and the Reaver picked immediately while Dewalt was attacking his natural and main. I think if he would have focused there a little bit more microed and killed that Reaver right away with his Reaver, because it had no shuttle, maybe he could have been a little more effective into the mid game. But really well done by Dewalt. Definitely was in a tough position, able to harass, get the economic lead, and just kind of push it from there.
Yeah, but you can see the different styles of play coming alive in that game. You see Dewalt, he doesn't really want the game to be about one big fight. He wants to have a lot of action on the map, a lot of chaos. So you can see he goes to harass with the shuttle. At the same time, he's being attacked, and he knows if he can pull Bonyth's attention to two different sides of the map, then he has a much better shot at just a straight up fight. It definitely worked out for Dewalt in that game.
Yeah, that was definitely well done by him. I mean, we know his multitasking is just on another level, so he's using that to his advantage, trying to press it. Really well done. So 1-1 in this series. This next match is going to be the decider to see where we go. So we'll be going on to Monopoly, I believe, is our next map. Definitely an interesting PvP map. We'll see what the players decide. It's a little bit, the rush distance are short, but 10-12 not as good because of the eggs in the ramp. So we'll see what these players decide to do in this map here. Man, they both got to be definitely feeling good. They both took a game, so they both are having a little confidence. Bond's definitely taking the lead early in both of these games, but Dewalt was able to overcome in the second matchup. So third game, we'll see if these players decide to get aggressive. I'm assuming Bond will continue to stay aggressive, and will Dewalt sit there with the Robo and defend. Maybe he'll try a 1-gate Robo again and just kind of push his way slowly onto the map. Big open naturals and mains here, so definitely able to harass with Reavers. Speed shuttles are definitely going to be a thing, and always having that island in the middle makes things always very interesting.
Yeah, and I don't think we'll see 10-12. Though I do remember, I think it was Oya against Ghost of Dark. Ghost of Dark went for 10-12, and he was able to get the win because Oya couldn't get back in his main with his Dragoon. I think 10-12 is just not the build against Dewalt. Dewalt's just too solid. His control's really good. He's not going to take a lot of damage. And looks like we are ready for game number three between these two. In the bottom left spawn, we have Bonnet in the color red.
And in the mid right, it is the blue Protoss. It is Dewalt. All right, so it's a big game. No one wants to fall into the loser's bracket and be getting ready for elimination. You want to move on to the winner's bracket. You want to keep it rolling. So both these players will definitely be pressing to really make sure they take care of this game.
Yeah, this is going to be... I mean, it's a big moment in the tournament because going into a loser's bracket, first matchup is the best one. Can be eliminated right away. And these are two of the favorites. With Mihu already eliminated, I would say Bonnet and Dewalt definitely 1 and 2 win the entire thing. But we'll see what they opt for here. I think we're just gonna see standard robo play from Bonnet. The 10-12 is good. You can kind of snowball a lead into a victory if you can get damage done. But if you don't get damage done, then all of a sudden you have a later attack than your opponent, which isn't ideal. So we'll see.
Yeah, we see both players taking gas right away. So notice again, sorry, no scout for Dewalt and a scout after gas for Bond. So playing a little bit of a different scouting strategies here. We'll see if Bond goes first. He is going the correct way, so he will get an early scout on Dewalt. Information's always good PvP.
Very nice score from Dewalt. Still no scout.
Yeah, not even a scout to the core, so he might just go no scout at all. It allows you to get that pylon down a little quicker after your zealot, so you're not cutting for so long. See, the pylon is down 16. He'll be able to get another probe. Won't miss out for so much of it.
Yeah, this is like a 6-second faster probe, so pretty big deal. And of course, you're trading off the fact that you can't count your opponent. And the zealot's out.
Yeah, I think not being able to scout your opponent is definitely something you got to worry about PvP. But if you're gonna play into a robo play anyway, I guess it doesn't matter as much. You know, like you're not as worried. You're like, all right, I'm just gonna go observer first, and I'm okay with playing that style and playing a little slower. So
this is where if you're the opponent, you do mind game. It's like Dewalt knows, Bonyth knows that Dewalt has to go robo, so maybe he doesn't.
yeah, so maybe he does it and just takes a quick Nexus, or he just goes again 3-gate pressure if he wants. I mean, those are definitely things he can do instead.
Ooh, that's actually
Got
huge.
it.
You don't
Got
usually see that, but Bonyth missed time by 1 second. Like 1 second later, he starts his retreat, he gets out. And additionally, taking a Zealot hit there really hurt him. So just losing that probe, you're already at an economic deficit, and 1 probe really does make a difference. Like you can see, everything for Dewalt is faster because he didn't scout. So unfortunate they're losing that.
Bonnet is allowing, I think, this
is a trap.
Dragoon to come in. Yeah, I think he's oh. Dewalt doesn't go up the ramp though. He doesn't go check that he's actually there.
Yeah, that was a trap from Bonnet. He wanted to get behind the Dragoon as it went to check. A very smart play from Bonnet. Doesn't work though. But
yeah.
I think Dewalt knows he's there somehow.
Yeah, I don't know how he has decided. Oh, we got 3-gate observer play coming in, it seems like. Yeah, I'm not sure how he knows that. Maybe he saw the Zealot on the ramp. Like, how did he confirm that that was his base? I'm not 100% sure. Maybe he knows through the timing of the probe scout, but odd to me that he didn't go all the way in. All right, we have 3-gate. It seems like 3-gate obs. It's going to be heavy pressure from Dewalt versus 2-gate. What I would imagine is going to be observer also to start. Observer into Reaver, but who knows? Maybe Bonnet knows Dewalt doesn't play so much DT, and he's going to just go into a blind Reaver. That's a possibility too. Oh, nope, we do have the observatory.
So, when do you kill these eggs?
I think once you secure your natural, you can start killing the eggs off, right? Just in case you have to back up to the ramp. The problem is like a double-edged sword. If you don't kill them, you can't really go down the ramp either. But it helps you defend up the ramp.
Yeah, because I feel like even retreating, right, comes hard because of those eggs. Like 2 Dragoons don't fit. So you can just imagine 2 Dragoons clashing against each other and then both going to like the natural instead of going back up the main. And that can cost you a game.
Oh, for sure. We know how smart Dragoons are. They like to freeze, bump into each other. They struggle. They really struggle.
Well, this is like an inverse scenario from last game. We're seeing 2-gate against 3. This 1 Zealot is absolutely crucial. Every shot a Dragoon shoots against a Zealot only does half damage, so the Zealot will live a lot longer than a Dragoon. And here we go.
Ooh, first shot's coming off for Dewalt right away. Oh, again getting the first shot off.
So we have a second Zealot from Bonyth. Zealot doing a lot. You can see the Zealot. It gets right up against the Dragoons. The Dragoons shoot the Zealot. Don't shoot other Dragoons. And I think with that, Bonyth will be able to hold here. Even picks off the Observer, which is absolutely massive.
Wow, I would give now big advantage to Bonyth. I know that there's the extra gateway for Dewalt, but if Dewalt doesn't bust him here and he gets the Reaver out and down, I think there's going to be a huge issue
that was
here.
the moment. That was the moment. He had an opportunity to pounce on Dragoons before they united with the shuttle, but now with the extra Dragoons and the shuttle, Bonyth is flying here, and Bonyth can even put on some kind of pressure here. He has the sight advantage, which is absolutely massive. Just being able to see. I like this one random pylon here. I'm gonna give vision as well. Plotting. And Dewalt. I don't know if Bonyth should push in here. This is the moment where the concave is really working against him here.
Does have the Reaver advantage. He's getting some good shots off. Well done by him. But Dewalt does have a Reaver coming in some point behind this. I mean, he is trading very effectively in terms of numbers here. Dragoon for Dragoon count. But I don't know if it's enough. And he's going to lose that shuttle. But Dewalt should have a Reaver and a shuttle of his own in a second, which would make this hold this attack. But Bond's going to take a Nexus behind this area, which I think is going to put Dewalt on the front foot. He's going to have to get something done. Like, Bonnet checks in and says, oh, you don't have a natural. I don't need to go up this ramp. I'll just back up. I'll just hold my own.
I think Bonnet should have retreated a little bit earlier. He won the fight, but he lost a shuttle, so now his Reavers explode. And you see Dewalt finally killing the eggs. One thing in that fight that was huge, Dewalt actually had to make 2 Zealots because he didn't have gas for basically Reaver support bay, observatory, and 3 gateway production of Dragoons. So mixing in those Zealots is good early, but once Reavers are out, like, Reavers really eat up the Zealots. They clump up, can like 2-shot Zealots, and if they're grouped up with other Zealots, and all of a sudden it becomes very easy pick a lot of them off. But yeah, like you said, Bonnet is with an expansion. He has less gateways, but he won a fight, so he's not going to be at a unit deficit.
He traded so effectively with the Reaver and the shuttle that he even the unit count up a ton. And now I think he may even have a Reaver advantage here as we go into this fight. Oh no, never mind. Dewalt does have 2. So, oh, can't lose the Observer. Okay. The Observer, I know it's so silly, but the Observer gives vision, but we're getting some shots off here. Ooh, another Dragoon goes down.
It's going to be a standoff here momentarily. Dewalt picked off a Dragoon there, and he did a lot of damage to another one. Bonnet has to be careful. Also, Bonnet shouldn't really be looking to be aggressive. He has a faster expansion. He has less gateways, and you can actually see cut quite a bit of probes to get that faster Nexus, but overall, he's still at an advantage. It really all comes down to the fight here.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he really needs to keep pressing. I think maybe he does feel the pressure with the, like you said, the probe cut, but he can make double the amount of probes now. He should be able to get back in the game. I'd like to see him just defend, get up to 4 gateways, get his own production in. I don't think the Observer has gone into Dewalt's base yet to know that it was a 3-gate robo. Maybe he knows just the amount of Dragoons that were on the map. But he should be able to get up to a 3rd and 4th gateway right away and be able to start really macroing out.
There's a 3rd gateway. See a 4th pretty soon. Get a huge economic boost. Even if you don't make probes, once you get the expansions, just having access to the extra mineral patches gives you a big boost in economy. And well, these Reavers, they're not unloaded.
Oh my god!
Oh,
man, I thought he was gonna go pick the shuttle. I thought he was just gonna go for it.
Nervous moment there, but now we have a standoff yet again. Looks like we have a scout coming in from the top side of the map.
3rd Reaver for Dewalt here. I wonder if he's going to be going for a 4 Reaver double shuttle play.
Oh my god.
He's going to get in. Oh, hero! Hero! Scout! Why have observers when you could have probes?
This probe saw a Reaver and just said, I'm going to walk right by it.
He knew it might miss anyway.
3rd Reaver from Bonnet as well. 5 gateways actually. Still no second gas. Okay, finally gonna take the second. No, and this is something I see from Bonnet a lot. He'll pre-make gateways and then go for the attack, knowing that he doesn't have the multitask to do both macro and really focus on the fight. So yeah, this is a trigger for Bonnet that he's gonna attack. Once you see him adding those gateways, see he's not looking back at his base at all. He's just gonna focus here on the fight.
Yeah, but you see 3 Reavers from Dewalt defending in a really good position. He does notice that the Reavers are coming forward. This becomes tricky to micro though with the third Reaver, because you can't pick them all 3 up at the same time. Oh no, he's going in here. Oh my goodness, what a shot! Oh my goodness, another big shot. I was a little nervous for the shuttle. Dewalt would have just targeted it down, but he was able to get so many probe kills there, along with the Dragoon kill. And now, this is where the real PvP begins.
There you go. Dewalt's just gonna go for it. He gets one of the Reaver from Bonnet. 2nd Reaver also goes down.
Oh my goodness.
Gonna have to fully retreat here. He has 1 more Reaver back at home. A lot of shots being taken as he retreats. It looks like the Dragoon advantage and probe advantage is slightly in Bonnet's favor, maybe, with these faster gates. But actually, Dewalt has a lot of probes. Not a lot in the main, though. Not even 12.
Well, sir, as you were saying before, I think we're seeing that little bit of a macro slip here from Bonnet floating 1k mineral. I know that's not a ton, but in this matchup PvP at this level, that is a lot. So he really needs to make sure he's adding those gateways, getting those units built. I think the second gas also affected him because he was so low. Here we go. We see Dewalt moving in a bit.
Yeah, seeing the concave and the reroute.
Shuttle flying in for Dewalt into the main of Bonnet right now. He's dropping those Reavers down, just picks off a probe and gets out.
All in all, I think Dewalt is in a good position because he picked off 2 Reavers, but he did lose a lot of probes. Again, the thing with probes is you in PvP, because you're not taking a third, if you have 45 or 35, it's not that huge of a difference. But of course, you don't want to lose probes for free. And now we see both players powering up. Double shuttle.
Yep.
This is
4 Reavers. Yep. I wonder if he has the damage upgrade as well. We'll have to see when one of these Reavers come out.
This is so hard to control.
No damage upgrade. Yes, super hard. We see 1 Reaver goes down for Dewalt. Legs speed for Dewalt as well. Great micro here from Bonnet.
You see these 2 Reavers on the bottom side from Dewalt doing a lot of damage. It's like the Dragoon count is about even. Dewalt lose both his Reavers at the top.
Yes, he lost both of those, but we do see the shuttle. Maybe he's going to go into the main. I'm surprised he dropped 2 and 2. Like, it's just like you said, Sarah, it's so hard to control the double shuttles picking up and dropping with the Reavers. But we see he's going into the main here. A lot of times this is great. You get into the bottom corner where they have to come and fight you, and you could really do a lot of damage and kill a lot of Dragoons because the Reavers hit them while they're just getting clumped up trying to get to the corner. So
the problem is he doesn't have shuttle speed. Something Bonnet invested in, Dewalt did not. It's a lot harder to get into the main and out safely. And now we have a lot of units coming out for Bonnet. Dewalt also has a lot back at home.
Gotta be careful with that shuttle. Very, very low.
Who has the better concave? Looks like Dewalt is forcing the engagement when he has the good concave. Gets 1 scarab off there. And we have another shuttle going into main. Does this have a Reaver inside?
I think it's a ghost shuttle.
It's a fake. It's a fake.
It's a total fake. Bonnet not fooled though. Really close game. We do see a little bit of a supply lead here for Dewalt, so he's using the shuttle just to scout. Sees that Bonnet is looking to take a 3rd Nexus. I suspect we will see Dewalt as well soon take it. Archives up, Forge going down. I think Bonnet's Forge has been up a little bit. I don't know if he got +1. He has not got +1. It's on the way. It's spinning, which is a big deal because it lowers the number of hits Dragoons need to kill each other. Big shots. Oh, okay, not too bad. They're going to go for that Dragoon, but big shots there. DT out. Bonnet does have a observer, so he won't lose any Reavers cheaply to DTs. Oh, he's sending that DT out to deny that 3rd base. I love that from him. Oh.
I think we actually got a connection.
Yep. Oh, no.
No.
Don't do it.
Oh.
Okay. Oof. It would have been absolute devastation for Bonnet. Wow. 20 supply lead now for Dewalt. We see his macro really kicking in. 6 gateways here for DT into the net, picking off some probes. Observer is on its way, but every one of these probe kills is huge. Denying gas. Oh, can he get out? No, he's gonna get out.
1 hit away.
Oh my goodness! And at that same time, Dewalt comes in and picks off the shuttle with both Reavers. Oh my goodness, that Reaver Scarab that did get some shot done. And there is that multitasking, Sari. We see Dewalt attacking with the DT in, knows Bonnet is looking and microing against it. At the same time, he comes in and picks off that shuttle. And now I think Bonnet is in some trouble because I think we have 4 Reavers again in these shuttles.
Does Bonnet actually have Storm though? If he has 3 Storms here, it could be huge. Templars don't have energy though. Looks like one has a Storm here. Units are very clumped up from Dewalt here. Big Storm, but we still have 4 Reavers at the front.
Oh, another big Storm.
Another key is this Archon just a lot of Archons, no Storm. This is like the death army when you get all your splash from Reavers and you have the Archons to eat up all the shots, and the Dewalt just running over Bonyth's army there. And there's the GG.
Wow. GG. Dewalt taking it down, Sari. What good play from him. I think, though, once again, the multitask for Dewalt just taking him over the edge there.
Yeah, I mean, both games we saw him win was, I mean, the same tactic, right? In game 2, he harasses at the same time as the attack, and if Bonnet ever looks back, that's a moment of vulnerability for the shuttle, for the Reavers, got picked off. And here, again, the DT, once he saw Bonnet was focusing attention to get that DT, he found an opportunity to look at the army, pick off the shuttle and Reaver that were at the front, and with that, just able to overrun Bonnet's army. And the composition was key. You go Mass Reaver, you don't get any Storm, you get Archons, and Archons are very tanky, and your splash comes from your Reavers instead of Storm, and that's a very potent army. It's actually very hard to engage that. And I mean, nice execution from Dewalt, very well done. Takes down Bonnet 2-1 after losing game number 1. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, that was really well done, and you're right, that army comp is so tough, even against the Storms. The Archons are able to help with the Zealots and just clear them in the front. They're able to just clean them up with splash from Archons and Reavers. What a fight. Really well done. That'll put Bonnet into the losers bracket against NBA, so we'll have another PvP on another day. But now we go to the winner bracket semi here. So we got BoA versus Dewalt. Two very good Protoss, both very clean in their build orders. But I think, again, BoA, another Protoss kind of like Bonnet in PvP, where he does cut some probes to get those early Reavers and attacks in. So we'll see if Dewalt can do it again and push through him as well.
Yep, and I think before that, we are going to take a break, and we will be right back in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere.
right, welcome back after that really epic series. We're about to jump right into another one, BoA versus Dewalt. So I'm not sure how much these two have matched up before. Do you know if they've played in any of these events?
So they actually have. They played in BSL10. In the actual tournament, BoA won 2-1 in the round of 8. That was a round robin stage. Then they played in BSL11, where Dewalt won 2-1. And then the actual last match I remember of them was in the Death Fate Fantasy League, where it was like Team BoA, Team Dewalt, Team Bonyth, Team Terror, and in the finals of that event, BoA beat Dewalt in the ace match. So
Wow. Okay, so they've
pretty
split
even,
some games there.
pretty even overall, and BoA is very aggressive. Like we just saw him play against Nyoken in PvT, but he also likes to play aggressive PvP as well.
Yeah. I've played him a couple times. I've played him this BSL, and he's definitely always aggressive. A lot of 2-gate robo openings, pressing. Very, very solid player PvP.
Yeah, and I know it's not his favorite matchup. Like he prefers PvZ and PvT, but he's definitely strong in this as well.
Yeah, I think he's definitely a good competitor. Best of 5 definitely opens up the series a little bit for, maybe some different builds, different things going on. But we'll see. This is definitely going to be a really, really solid matchup.
Yeah, and I think overall, advantage the wall just in a longer series, but BoA can definitely mix things up. And I mean, as far as North American Protoss, I think BoA has definitely taken the crown now. He's the best Protoss in North America, and just he lost to Hawk in the finals, but those games were very close, and otherwise he just dominated.
Yeah, very strong through the whole tournament so far. The only thing that was scary, you just saw his PvP percentage, only 39%, but that's okay. And it seems like we have our first map, Vermeer. Do you think we'll see a lot from Dewalt? This no scout strategy. I think I wonder if he'll keep that up PvP.
Well, we'll see. It definitely worked against Bonnet. He always had a slight economic edge. He was able to pull it off in that series, best of 3. Beating Bonnet, you gotta feel like you're on top of the world here as Dewalt.
All right, our players are ready, so we're jumping into the first game here, and let's get into it. Right in the bottom right, we have our blue Protoss. It is BoA.
And in bottom left, you have the red Protoss, Dewalt.
Very similar to our game before here on this map that we saw. Dewalt bottom left and BoA bottom right. I don't know if BoA will be going for any kind of 10-12 builds, but definitely we're going to see a lot of that same kind of aggression over these hills and ramps in the middle. So we'll see what both players decide to pull out here.
Curious, actually, pylon placement from Dewalt. It's very far from prep. Don't think it's going to matter too much, but neither player looking to be aggressive with their early gate placement. Not likely to see 12 gate. And Dewalt's gateway, oh, something happened here because he's already at 200 and he didn't make it.
I'm going to pause. Okay, he's ready. Now, do you think these players have prepped together a little bit, knowing they both had PvP and they're both in CWT?
That's interesting. Maybe they, I don't know, because it's very likely they could have faced as well, and you don't want to give anything away. Maybe they practice like specific scenarios, like Dewalt told BoA, go 10-12 a lot against me, so you fine tune your response against that. Maybe something like that.
Always curious when teammates have to play each other. Who knows how much their prep has been together? Usually that's who you kind of lean on. But so far, mirror builds from both players, except for the fact that once again, Dewalt no scout.
Yep, just not at all. Not even after core.
Nah, yeah. I'm surprised waiting for one of these players to just do the old 9-9 in the center because of the no scout and just press him in. might be able to catch him.
Right. Pylon near the ramp from Dewalt, very standard.
Yep, usually
BoA,
indicates there's going to be some
unfortunately-
robotics.
Yeah. BoA unfortunately gonna scout Dewalt last, so not even gonna be able to get in here.
So you wonder, Sari, right? Does that play an advantage there? The fact that there's the no scout, and if you don't scout them first or second, you may not even get the scout in anyway. Maybe that's something that has played into what Dewalt's thinking.
Yeah, this is a 4-player map against Bonnet on Vermeer. He did it on Overwatch. He scouted, but he scouted late, like after gas. What was the other map?
Monopoly, he scouted not at all. He just sent the Goon Scout out. And then what else did we play on?
Yeah, Monopoly, Vermeer, and Overwatch. On Overwatch, he did a late scout, but it was Gateway after
it, yeah.
gas. After gas, and then he hit it, so you could scout.
Yeah.
So interesting scouting pattern and decision making from Dewalt, but otherwise, I mean, these builds are identical basically.
Oh, first shot goes to Dewalt. Getting closer, catching up onto this thing. Oop. Knocks all the shields down.
Okay, so that comes to support, and now Dewalt's gonna hightail out of there. No significant damage from either player. Losing shield, it regenerates, no big deal. See, 1 probe advantage for Dewalt. That's about it. Otherwise, it's the same build.
Yeah, mirror build so far. I guess the question is, will we be seeing like a 2-gate robo timing, or are we going to go 1-gate robo expand? I do know that BoA does like to do like a 1-gate robo observatory Reaver Expo with a speed shuttle. So a lot of times that's one of his preferred build orders. Just play safe and then gets the speed shuttle on the map. We'll see if that's what he's going to go with. So I think we see a second gateway here from Dewalt, so might be a little more pressure from him as we go.
And like you said, no second gateway from BoA. There's the observatory and the spur ray right away, and this is looking what you described from BoA. There's the observatory from Dewalt. Not getting the support bay right away, gonna delay that a little bit. So this is interesting.
Yeah, it doesn't have to you don't build it right away if you're going to go observer first, because you can go observer and then put the support bay down. Then you'll still be able to time it out where you can get your Reaver directly after the observer, or he might even go shuttle first. So there goes the support bay down right after. Probably the observer will pop out. He'll be able to build a Reaver right away. So good timings from Dewalt here.
I'm interested. What's actually gonna pop out? Because I feel like an observer would have popped out already.
Do see the observer for Dewalt, but not that. There it is
Okay,
for
there it is.
BoA. Okay. So far, both playing very safe, very standard, nothing too crazy.
Seconds out for Dewalt. Looks like Dewalt's just gonna expand and get Reavers behind us. Dewalt's gonna be a little bit later, of course, because he has a second gateway producing units.
ZZZero less than
It's
3
just gonna
less
be
than 3
observer
less than
with
3
Reaver
less than 3.
expand, and then I mean the speed is gonna be delayed, but he definitely can afford it. Here
Yeah, I
he
think-
comes. He sees where's Dewalt's observer, because you can catch. Okay, it's on the other side.
Yeah.
Both players gonna see everything. There's the first Reaver for Dewalt, and there's the Nexus for Dewalt.
Yeah, I think this is going to trigger a little pressure from Dewalt until he sees the Reaver out, because he knows now that build order-wise, he is slightly behind. Because that Nexus is going to finish a little bit before. So we'll see if he's going to put a little pressure on, wait for the first Reaver with the shuttle and press, or if he's just going to play into a mid-game and try to get some harass done. Because he knows that he is slightly behind, and not the worst thing in the world, but you probably don't feel good about that.
I was waiting to see if BoA's gas eventually got spent, because he has 300 gas. Definitely afford shuttle speed here, but doesn't have the minerals for it quite yet.
Second Reaver out.
I like the position Dewalt has on the map. So like you said, these high grounds, if you can control them, it's very hard for your opponent to do anything. And second Reaver for BoA. Still has a lot of gas, hasn't spent. I think Dewalt actually might have gotten a speed already started.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think we might have some speed shuttle for him, especially because we see the second Reaver is so delayed, so... Dewalt kind of just poking in. Oh, he doesn't have speed shuttle yet. Oh.
Ooh. Observer is going to give vision for Dewalt. He's going to get the first volley off. That's absolutely huge there.
Massive fights, and the Zealots are going to tank a couple.
Well, has to be careful. That's a huge scarab, though. Hits like 5 Dragoons. We're going to go for the shuttle. Shuttle. Only 4 Dragoon shots. Can't pick that off now. Just going to have a standoff here. Neither player really wants to hack into the other. Curious gateway placement there from BoA.
I was thinking the same thing. Very interesting. Alright, picks off Dewalt's Observer. I wonder if we're going to see Dewalt again just play with like a second and third Reaver and just walk to a third base and defend it on the high ground. It kind of seems like that's where he's going. BoA also with third Reaver.
Both players going up to 4 gateways. I mean, it's basically dead even in supply and production. Second gas going down for BoA. I think Dewalt also has one as well. The Observer advantage is the vision you get from the Observer is huge. Before a fight, you can get the first shots off. Otherwise, dead even at this stage.
Yeah, we see, I think Dewalt's positioning to take a third base. He's just going to make a nice big arc. A 4th Reaver from BoA. I guess he is going to be doing the double shuttle for Reaver strategy. I wonder if he got Reaver damage this time. Usually when you play like this, you want to get some type of Reaver damage from them.
We actually see BoA only had 1 on gas at his natural, so maybe a mistake there. Just forgot to put the extras.
Yeah, so far, very, very similar, very even. Oh, we see now. Oh, no. Okay. Fighting for this high ground.
Where are BoA's Reavers?
There they are.
There's the double shuttle. He has shuttle speed now, finally.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he got Reaver damage area. That's why he delayed it so long.
Oh man, these shuttles! They're so exposed.
Oh,
luckily Dewalt wasn't paying attention. That's 4 Reavers unloading. That's a lot of damage.
Oh my goodness, the arc is really good. Dewalt taking a ton of damage here from BoA's Reavers and from the Dragoons up top. His Reavers were kind of isolated up there a little bit. We see BoA's continuing to push forward. He knows he has a massive damage advantage with these 4 Reavers. Dewalt needs to be careful here.
But like we've been saying, it's really hard to control these 4 Reavers.
4 Reavers versus 3 Reavers. This is getting wild here, sir. We got a lot of Reavers on the field. Oh!
He picks up the shuttle.
Down with 2 Reavers in it. Oh, that Scarab too. Oh my goodness. Bloody fight here.
Yeah, but Dewalt has a nice concave here, even though he doesn't have Reavers. But these Reavers at the back are very healthy. You can see the Dragoon count for Dewalt reinforcing. He's gonna pull back.
Does he have Reaper damage? We're gonna see if these kill these in 2 shots. No, he doesn't. A lot of times when you're gonna go these 4 Reavers, you want the Reaper damage. Dewalt in a little bit of trouble here.
Shuttle is very low. Dewalt finally has his own Reaver. He also has Dragoons on the high ground. That's a nice
great shot.
Reaver
Put
is
this
within
probe
range.
line.
Where's the Scarab? It didn't shoot.
Boom, it hit the goons. The Scarab hit the goons. Oh no! 18 kills on this Reaver. It's about to go down, but a lot of damage done here to Dewalt from BoA. We see now a 20 supply difference, and we see the shuttle, speed shuttle coming back again. Oh, another Reaver's already over there. It walked across by itself. a shuttle for Dewalt, but I don't think there's a... Oh, double Reavers here still. I don't know if there's a Reaver in there. I think Dewalt's just trying to make BoA attack him. Yep, he is.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think a
picks up
Reaver
those
is
two.
about to pop out. Now we have 4 Dragoons. Reaver again within range of the probe line.
Oh my goodness. So many probes dying, and there's GG from Dewalt. Wow.
What a
BoA.
game. What Reaver damage output from BoA. Just, I mean, you can see, if you can keep your Reavers alive long enough, the amount of damage they do against enemy Dragoons is just massive, and very good attack there from BoA.
Yeah, I mean, he picked off that shuttle that Dewalt picked up the 2 Reavers, which was a huge turning point in that fight because it definitely had more Dragoons there for Dewalt. But just so many Reavers. Again, we're seeing this double shuttle for a Reaver play. And it's strong. Like you said, if you can keep those Reavers in the back and keep picking them up, they just splash all over those Dragoons. So, really well played from BoA. A 1-0 start here for him.
And I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they control 2 shuttles. I can barely keep one alive, and we're seeing 4 Reavers loaded up into 2 shuttles now, back-to-back games, and the Reaver player is getting a lot of damage done with these Reavers, even without the upgrade.
Yeah, even without the upgrade, which I'm surprised if you're going to go for Reavers, usually you want it so you can double splash onto the Dragoons and just kill them, but they don't even need them. They're just standing around to walk these 4 boys across the map, and we're going to just hit everything that we can. So, probably a good boost for BoA getting that first victory under his belt. So that's definitely going to put him on a good start. PvP, we know anything can happen, so we will be getting into our next game here shortly. I think the next map is going to be Overwatch. So we saw that was Dewalt's pick from the Bond series, I believe. We saw him get caught there, but hopefully he'll have a different, maybe luck with his retreat path if he has to back up with the build that he did, because I think it was a very solid build choice for the map.
Yeah, for sure. Just got, I mean, not really caught off guard, but just couldn't get back to his base. He engaged. Bonnet really just took advantage, pounced right away. And, well, this last game between Dewalt and BoA, I think it was mostly players feeling each other out. Neither was aggressive, really. Just getting out on the map, taking positions, key positions, but it usually comes down to the big Reaver fight. Neither player really harassed either. It was just... Oh, another thing, did Dewalt have shuttle speed? Okay, so both players had shuttle speed, but they used it just to control the Reavers better. Neither player looking to harass there. Yeah.
Alright, we are ready for our game number 2 between BoA and Dewalt. Let's get into it.
Right, in the top left spawn, in the color red, we have BoA.
And in the bottom right, it is the blue Protoss, Dewalt.
So last time Dewalt went for a cheeky scout where he got it after gas, but then he hit it in the main of Bonyth. Otherwise, he's just not been going for any scout.
I was just saying, I wonder if we're going to see that same strategy, or, you know, knowing that maybe BoA watched the last series, that he can't do that again.
Yeah.
So we'll see if always right, the advantage of being able to scout the other person's games, but we'll see. Once again, I think we're not going to see a scout here from Dewalt. We're just going to see him take his gateway and go to the next thing. On to the gas.
Right, BoA. Not gonna go 10-12. Neither player looking for that. It's not a great map for it, of course. And there we go. We have a scout. BoA going after gas.
X5000. Let's go BoA.
Wow, huge cheer from My Fleeting Dream. I think that's 5,000 bits.
It's awesome. Appreciate all of the donations. Thank you guys. Keep it going. We really love all the work here at BSL, so need your help to keep it going.
Yeah, look at Dewalt's scout. It's actually going off to the right. Checks there. Maybe that's a proxy mission. But then this doesn't reveal to BoA that Dewalt has scouted. Just keep. He's gonna go into the main here, and I don't think the gate won't see the probe.
Yeah, I don't know if it's far enough down. He might be able to sneak it around the edge of the map again. Doesn't matter. He's just going to go right in and see what BoA is up to this time. Little harassment. Always love the probe harassment. Try to kind of throw their player off. A lot of damage coming down to this probe, but he knows the Zealot was close, so he was okay with it. Seems like a lot of the same builds going on here. Mirror builds right now.
Yeah, you don't really want to reveal anything until you get your Dragoon out and you can push this probe away. Like, we're about the time right now where the Dragoon is going to pop out within the next couple seconds, so both players want to retreat this probe. You want to keep it in there as long as possible, right? Get as much information, but you also don't want to lose it. Ooh, even going to do a loop back around from Dewalt there, but eventually just going to retreat.
Yeah, trying to see if he's putting down a second gateway or something tricky. That'll mean some pressure, but right now, once again, both players... Oh, we see a Citadel from Dewalt. He has thrown down the Citadel. He's getting a little bit spicy with it. I like it. Will this catch BoA is the question. It looks like BoA is saving up for that Robo.
Yeah.
Robotics goes down.
The archives.
So we're probably going to see one of these standard like DT into a Nexus with Cannon Storm. Usually that's how you want to play this when you do the one gate DT. Ooh, can he sneak in a scout here? Can he do it? BoA's on it.
If that probe gets to the level of Dragoons, that probe can definitely get in. I mean, you know Dragoons, you don't miss chance on ramps. Like, if there's a 50% chance for a Dragoon to hit and the probe is on a ramp, and even if you have like 3 Dragoons, none of them are gonna. That probe is gonna get in. Now this pylon here at the net is a tell that you're going DT, but there's no way for BoA to get. He would have to sneak a probe all the way around to the bottom side to see this pylon here, which is a little bit suspicious, but
yeah, I think he'll be putting it down. It's always a little bit risky to put the Nexus down before the cannons, just because you don't know what they're pushing or doing. But we see at least very standard.
He confirmed Dragoon range there. That's about the only intel. He didn't get within range of the Nexus. He saw the Dragoons had range, and this is similar to what BoA did in game number 1. It's the same build.
Yeah, same build, just playing very safe. He's going to stop this attack. He may have a little bit of a timing to press back on Dewalt, but Dewalt seems like he's putting up his cannons right away. This gets tricky to play against here as BoA. You got to kind of make a decision. Am I going to bust or am I going to go for the harass? Because once Storm is up, the Reavers attacking the front really don't have the same efficiency anymore. Got to be careful. You send this observer too far.
Yeah, look at the path Dewalt actually.
Oh, Dewalt sees the observer. Does he see the blur? To note, he may have recognized the blur. Will he send the DT now?
Because this is his moment. He might have not seen it. He would have sent it already. Okay, he's gonna send it now. He's just hanging around here. This is observer interview, which is standard. What he did in game number 1. Definitely an opportunity here. And I mean, but once he sees his can, he's gotta turn back. He's gotta go back and block the ramp.
Oh, he sees it with the observer. Oh, the wall going in. Oh no, the Reaver's up too.
He can target his own Dragoon and spot. Okay. I mean, here you go.
Oh man. Oh.
And the wall getting a little bit spicy. I don't know.
Surprised he didn't try to kill more units on the ramp instead of just attack the pylon. Because if you kill 3-4 Dragoons, that really helps you just put you in the lead a bit more.
In range from the wall. Already has like 3 High Templars.
Yeah, really healthy probe count, especially with the second Nexus up.
What did BoA do from here? Does he actually commit to more Reavers and shuttle speed early? Does he go for his own Citadel once he gets his second gas established? Gonna get something. Just 3 gates, no second gas.
Yeah, this is always tricky because a really good counter obviously is like a DT drop to really get around the cannons and force them out. But if they put down a robo right away, you kind of waste it. So you're in this like weird spot of what build order do I do? Because you can send the observer, right? And we see that Dewalt's doing 4 gateways, so he'll probably go to 4 to 5 gates, maybe even 6, and just press. He can just press and break. Early +1 with Storm will allow him to just be able to bust BoA right away. Oh, nope, he goes for the robotics now that the observer's in. He doesn't want to have the DT drop happen, so...
Yeah, and I really like the robotics at the natural, not the main. In case you eventually are getting DT dropped or something like that, if you have it at the natural, you have no risk of losing your robo. It looks like BoA is going to press, but this is just so hard. 1, the map is Overwatch. Choke is very narrow. Rain isn't in your favor when you're attacking. And 2, Reavers against Storm is not ideal.
Yeah, those big boys don't do well in bad weather. They just don't do well in bad weather.
Here you go. Dewalt's gonna... Well, I mean, BoA's gonna commit here. You have this one observer for BoA, which is giving him nice vision, but Reavers aren't ranged cannons, but Storm... I mean, you can just storm the Reaver from far away. Here we go. Dropping the Reavers. I mean, huge storms already. Lots of those Dragoons have been bruised up. And some of these High Templars have 2 storms.
Yep.
Yeah, you can see.
But just, this is what happens. You can try to press in here. Oh my goodness, just massive damage.
It's a massacre.
Oh my goodness. The shuttle goes down with the Reaver. Just free damage. Oh my goodness.
I mean, those storms couldn't have been any better.
They did so much damage on the Dragoons. Pick off 2 shuttles to the Reaver. And you gotta remember, Dewalt has such an economic advantage from this build because he's had the second Nexus for so long. So this is just really just painful here for BoA right now.
Yeah, now BoA is still making Reavers. He's stuck on this tech, no Citadel. And Dewalt has his own robo now, so Dewalt can start going for Storm Drop.
Yeah, that's where it starts to get ugly, right? Dropping the 1 DT in the main and then coming back around with the Templars. It's just very hard to deal with. Pulling your probe constantly, you're already behind, so... we see right here, probably going to be... oh, no DT in there. Probably going to just be Templar then. Immediate pull from BoA. Oh my goodness. That was every probe, Sari. Every probe. And in the front, picking off the Reaver and the shuttle. Oh my goodness, what good multitask here from Dewalt.
Yeah,
running away with this game.
Just cementing the lead with the harass. And now, I mean, picking out the Reaver, just a multitask from Dewalt. Being 2 places at once. You can see just huge advantage for him now. And BoA's just stuck on this tech where he's just having Dragoons and Reavers, which neither of which are good against Storm, which is what Dewalt's going to be able to do here. Now, he did pick off the Reaver, which is huge, because now the opportunity for BoA to put on any kind of pressure is extremely limited. They're both going to be on Dragoons. BoA already has +1. He has his high ground.
Yeah, and we see that Dewalt is taking a 3rd base already. Really just cementing his lead and defending like you can on these ramps. Like you said, you could just sit here and defend. So he's taking a 3rd base. He has Storm. He has +1. He has all the advantages right now. He is sitting in a very, very, very good spot.
Yeah, if, for example, sometimes this is like very rare, and the only scenario where BoA could win, or if he had 2 Reavers with a lot of Dragoons, if you can micro it, well, you do beat a player that's going Dragoon Zealot and has a few Storms. but you have to have excellent control and the 2 Reavers. Here we have a very badly bruised shuttle. It's easily picked off. Dewalt's going to retreat here, but I think he's just going to retreat until he gets Storm in this army. He has a couple High Templars at his natural.
Yeah, he'll look to engage him over here, where he can make a really good arc. Coming down. Oh, shuttle already down. And those goons are so clumped.
Nice
Storm's coming down. Dewalt just running this army over.
Once the Reavers are dead, you can see the Zealots just get right on top of Dragoons, and there's nothing Dragoons alone can do there. So nice execution there with the Storm, and just, I mean, Dewalt really pulled him apart there. It seemed like BoA could do nothing right, just storms everywhere, harass the multi-time too much.
Yeah, I mean, that was just really well played. And then when I think it's always hard to play against that DT style when you kind of get trapped at your base from the first DT, because you either have to go quick, DT drops yourself, or get some kind of speed shuttle harassment with the Reaver done, because you're just so far behind economically, because that second Nexus comes down so quickly. And Storm versus Reavers, Storm is just so strong, as we saw. Tough.
Reaver is very limited in speed, and if you're using a shuttle isn't a healthy, like, it's not the beefiest unit. It only has 100, 160. 2 Storms easily destroy a shuttle. So it's hard. You're already invested in Robo. You already have your Reaver tech, your support bay. You invested a lot, and just you're on the back foot from the get-go against a DT player. So, well, Dewalt evens it up. We're at 1-1, but we still have at least 2 more games. It's a best of 5, and in game number 1, BoA definitely looked like the stronger Reaver player. Now Dewalt says, okay, I'm gonna go DT. I'm not gonna go Reaver at all. I'm gonna shut that down, and it worked wonderful.
Yeah, you definitely see the mixture of different builds that Protoss can do versus Protoss in PvP, so it'll be interesting. I think our next pick here for BoA is going to be Sylvan. Definitely different than all the maps we've seen because of the no ramps, so should be interesting to see what these players decide to go with here. It's going to be Sylvan. No ramp. Definitely able to do 10-12. Do you think BoA will get tricky? Maybe do a something in the center or in between the bases? I mean, you could definitely do that here, especially knowing Dewalt's not scouting ever.
Dewalt isn't scouting. Definitely a good map for 9-9.
9-9 right in the middle could really get it done. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see what BoA decides, knowing that this is the case. And I think we're ready to jump into our game, so let's get into game number 3 between BoA and Dewalt. All right, the top center base, it is the red Protoss, it is BoA.
In the bottom left, have Dewalt.
All right, here we go. I feel like pivotal game 3 puts you 1 game away from a win. Different type of map. We'll see what the players decide to go with here. Definitely available to do 10-12, able to do 3-gate pressure because of it. Could even sit there and go 2-gate DT knowing that the other person's going to press you. So a lot of things on the table here with no ramp. A lot of things for sure.
Definitely, I think one of the standard openers on this map is actually just you have either 1-gate Robo into 3-gate Obs or just straight up 3-gate Dragoon, because you don't have a ramp. And additionally, the naturals, like the defender, is actually at a disadvantage, something that's rare to see because the concave is always working against you on this map.
Yeah, that's a really good point. The Reaver shots can actually come from outside of the natural into the probe lines, so it can get a little bit tricky when you're the defender, so we'll see if that plays into the players' minds.
Yeah, so I mean, PvZ on this map can be difficult because you can get lurker contained so easily, and it's just very obnoxious to break out of it. But the same works against you in PvP, where if you have a Dragoon Reaver player pressing you, you have to attack into their concave. Very difficult.
Yeah. Oh, Dewalt actually checking the center here. to make sure this time, since he hasn't been scouting, to go for a 9-9. And now BoA also checking and seeing. They both see where their probes come from, so they'll know where each other's bases are. It's really funny that this game, he decides to scout and checks the middle of the map.
Yeah, he said, enough is enough. I've been getting away with murder.
Can't keep doing this. Eventually someone will be getting wild.
So both players get in, and both players doing the same thing. You're going to see 10-12, one gate tech, and then it will branch off once the Dragoon is out and can shoo this probe away.
See a Zealot for BoA. And the Zealot just popped out for Dewalt, so both players still going with the first Zealot. Very standard. The advantage to the going no Zealot is you get an extra probe, but if you get the Manor Pylons in your mineral line, you have no way to kill it with just your probes, so it just makes things safe. And if they go 10-12, it's always better to have the Zealot, so that's why we see these players both picking a Zealot.
Yeah, you do have to cut a probe, but the trade-off, if you don't make that Zealot and get scouted right away, it's very difficult. And we actually have 10-21 gate from Dewalt. This is another build. Actually, both players are doing it. This is my go-to build on this map, where you go 10-21, can put on pressure on a player that's going 3 gate, and if you get this one Zealot, the Zealot really helps out, just tanking a lot of hits. And additionally, you can get your rover in time to deal with DT. So this is a very flexible build. Again, you do have to cut probes again for this build. You have to do an extra probe cut to get this gateway exactly on 21, so your Dragoons sync up. Like, you'll see one Dragoon is about to pop out of his gate as this one finishes, and now we start the third and fourth right away for both players.
Yeah, going to be a micro battle here in the middle for sure, because they're both going to want to think to pressure because of the builds that they've chosen. So it'll be interesting to see. And a lot of times when you do this build and someone else also does it, it can really be the first fight that decides the whole game. I think we see a Robo going down right away for...
So this is going to be 4 Dragoon Robo, but Dewalt's actually making a pylon, so he's going to make more Dragoons here. Not a huge difference for the defender. Like, BoA will be able to make the 5th and 6th Dragoons. Looks like somehow BoA has something like 100 mineral lead from earlier. Like, he made the Robo when Dewalt made the pylon, but the Robo is more expensive, so something happened.
Yeah, interesting. Maybe Dewalt just queued an extra Dragoon up, and we see the first encounter here happening. First shots going off for Dewalt, but BoA getting trapped and his Goon going down. Another Goon about to go down. Oh my goodness. 2 Goons for a Zealot and a full scout here from Dewalt. Really, really good trade there for Dewalt.
That was a heroic Zealot. It blocked the Dragoons from retreating, and I mean, Dewalt made the faster Goons here. So, he's gonna go back to kill this probe. Really got a lot of intel there.
Yeah, that probe was also a distraction. Now he knows the Goons are in the base, so he's gonna press up, knowing that he can get a good concave, because getting out of your natural's hard. Getting out of your main's even harder with this egg if there's an arc.
Oh, actually, I have an extra Dragoon here for Dewalt, and again, no ramp. It's 6 versus 3. This game, it looks like we're trying to pylon block, but no, it just gets right on top. All these Dragoons are shooting. You can see no Dragoon bugging out for Dewalt. Just perfect positioning. Looks like he's gonna be forced back. It's 3-2, but there's one badly bruised one where Dewalt picks off that probe, and I mean, advantage Dewalt for now. He has more Dragoons coming.
And because Dewalt got the full scout, he should be able to go right into a blind Reaver. I mean, BoA did the same, because I guess he knows the build is the same, but oh no, he actually get an observatory. I'm surprised.
Ooh, yeah, we actually have a Zealot here from BoA, which isn't going to help out at all. Zealot is good when you have a ramp. Goons have to shoot up it, but on even terrain, I'm pretty sure Dewalt is going to go for the kill on this egg.
Oh, I think he might even poke in here.
I mean, the Robo is actually within range.
Man, really tough for BoA in the situation. That first fight went so poorly for him. He does have a Reaver out, which will probably prompt Dewalt to just back up a little bit, make a good arc. We see the big supply difference, though. Probably a lot of that is in probes. because we see that BoA is putting down third gate. He's not made a probe in a while. He is cutting to make sure he can get full goon production along with the double Reaver shuttle.
Oh, a little bit of dance there. It's only a half hit, and that was a quarter hit. It only did 25 damage. It's a little bit rare on a large unit like a Dragoon. But now we see the concave coming into play. Nice spread of Dragoons here from Dewalt. He's getting his own shuttle, his own Reaver. He's also been making probes non-stop, so it's a huge economic advantage. Really, okay, we finally do see BoA killing the egg. See Dewalt checking. Now he knows BoA's about ready to move out here. Be repositioning some of these Dragoons. We get the Observer as well. I mean, Dewalt has a lot of Dragoons out on the map.
Well, I'm surprised he didn't try to dive as they came out. He did see with the Observer. Maybe he knew it was too late because the Dragoons got out as well. But very difficult position. BoA may have a slight timing here, Seri, with the double Reaver shuttle since he went 3 gate.
Yeah, we can see Dewalt has made a lot of probes. He also has a lot more Dragoons from the earlier fights. Like, he always had a 2 Dragoon advantage because he picked off the early 2. And here's what you want to do on Sylphid. You don't want to defend at your net. You kind of want to defend out in the open. And, well, just waiting for that shuttle. There it is.
All right, this is probably going to be the deciding move right here. This fight will make it. I wonder if Dewalt will try to catch him coming down from this third ramp, or the arc will be really bad for BoA. Sees it. Yep.
Over the spot. He's gonna try to pounce.
Oh my goodness! Shuttle down immediately. 1 Reaver down. Oh, not targeting the other Reaver though.
Gonna retreat. You know Dewalt has a shuttle and Reaver somewhere. There's a Reaver. He's actually harassing.
Insane. Oh my goodness. He's killed. No probes, though. Dud from those Scarabs. But BoA's not mining.
Yeah, and he also doesn't have a shuttle. Dewalt just walling him off nose. Even if he hasn't killed any probes, BoA isn't mining. Like, he's long distance mining from his third.
Ooh.
This could be huge, though, if he can pick off this retreating shuttle.
Oh. Got it. Oh my goodness. What a Scarab, though. And now we see the shield battery with the Reaver here. That means that this, as long as he keeps doing it, he'll never be able to kill it just with 1 shot. Okay, second one with the Goons as well. But the damage is now done. Now it's just Dragoons on Dragoons here in the natural. Second Reaver coming up here for Dewalt as well. And every second this game goes longer, it is a advantage to Dewalt. BoA hasn't repositioned his probes yet, and we just see him say, GG. Well played again from Dewalt. Wow.
I didn't think he would go in the main, but that definitely ended the game. Because he had already killed a shuttle, so there was no risk of him getting busted. So good call by Dewalt. Kills that shuttle, goes quickly into the main. Even he actually didn't kill a single probe, but just forcing the probes from mining was enough. And he already had a second Nexus up, so huge advantage there on economy, and he was able to hold the push.
Yeah, I mean, that push coming down, he took him at a good spot, making sure that he came down through that tight arc once again. And once he snipes the shuttle like that, it's just GG from there, right? Like, BoA needed to get some serious damage done with going 3-gate robo, cutting all those probes. So, unfortunate somehow. That's how PvP just goes sometimes, you know, build order versus build order. But really well done from Dewalt with his micro and decision making. So we go to a game 4 with Dewalt now in the lead, 2-1. He is 1 win away for making it to the winner bracket final.
And you can see Dewalt lost game number 1, but he's already won 2 quickly. Did the same thing against Bonnet, and in this game it was that one Zealot that blocked those 2 Dragoons from. Like, if you get a 2 Dragoon advantage on a rampless map, you can really put the pressure on. And you saw Dewalt was able to take really good engagements, just traded really effectively, force BoA into that third gateway, and fell out of probes. And then, well, I mean, he knows how to play from an advantage, and that was very clear in that. But we'll see now what BoA can do here in game number 4.
Yep, gonna have to kind of just pull it together now, get ready to just battle it out. I mean, he can take a game from him. We see him already beat Dewalt one game, so he definitely has it in him. So he's just gotta see if he can pull it together to make it happen. I'm assuming this will be Dewalt's pick at this point, and now we have Monopoly. Sarah, we think we'll see Dewalt go for the 4 Reaver double shuttle again on Monopoly?
Well, we've seen Dewalt go for 4 Reavers. We've seen BoA go for 4 Reavers. Are we going to see both players doing it?
Yeah, I was thinking about it, why they were choosing that, and I wonder if it's because the fighting paths are so small that the Reavers do so much splash damage. If that's part of the rationale behind doing it. Because Monopoly with these tight walkways from both sides. But I believe we are ready for the next game. So let's get into game 4 between BoA and Dewalt. Alright, in the bottom left, the red Protoss, he needs to win so he's not sent to the loser's bracket. It is BoA.
And in the mid right, we have Dewalt.
Well, let's see what these players decide to do here again. Dewalt did scout a little bit after that game. I guess he was worried about BoA trying to do something tricky. Had his bases covered, but on this map there is no good proxy spot because the way the map is built. So definitely going to be standard. So you can see why this is probably a Dewalt pick. Likes these standard games, so we'll see what he chooses here.
You know what's interesting? I didn't mention it last game last time we were on this map. Bonnet versus Dewalt. These are the same spawns, and I actually think the spawns play a very big factor here. Usually it's the case on 3-point maps, but especially so on Monopoly, because what is Dewalt's third? Right? It's the one between their 2 bases, but this is very difficult to take. You never want to expand towards your opponent in PvP, but if you were to take top base, that's so far away from his natural. Very difficult. On the other side, we had BoA, who has a very natural and easy take third. Very hard for Dewalt to get to his third without going through his net. He would have to go all the way across the map. So, on the flip side, like Dewalt's main is harder to harass, but that's about it. Usually in these spots, I would like to be in BoA spawn.
Yeah, it definitely makes it easier for you to take a third. I agree with you with that much. And it's probably an easier pathing to Dewalt's main as well because of the way you can position yourself by your natural. So I definitely agree. Those are some good things. Is that a we got a little manor pylon going on here. Doesn't trap any probes, but sends probes behind to mine. So
yeah, we did cancel. So we're actually committing. We're sending our zealot out as Dewalt here.
Yeah, he may send it out. I don't think he absolutely has to, but I think he's choosing to because he does have this probe already harassing, and it is a short distance. Oh my goodness!
One.
Oh no! This starts to add up, Sari. We both play pros. We know what it's like. This is awful.
That's one
probe.
And we see BoA's zealot just targeting the pylon. He really wants to get that down. It's 2 dead probes. We're not even mining from 5 patches now.
Dead probes.
Oh man, even gonna get a 4th here. Looks like BoA was quick on the retreat there.
Yeah, but this is so much lost mining time here. Oh my goodness.
There are 3 patches that haven't been mining at all. 5 were recently not mining. This pylon is still alive.
Yeah,
we have a second zealot. But I think it's wise that Dewalt actually retreated second. He's gonna go straight into DT. This is so toxic. This is what you hate to see. But I mean, the DTs aren't gonna be in time because we're going straight robo, not even getting range. So
yeah, I think he realizes he has to, knowing that it's a possibility when this kind of play happens. So you're gonna have to just go robo before range, or else you don't have it in time. The thing I'm worried about still is that the BoA might not be able to defend the DT and the goons. We have range here from BoA now, but there are builds for Protoss where you can go DT with goons and still press. So we'll see what if Dewalt is going to go with that, or if he's just going to take an Expo again.
Yeah, it's only one gate from BoA, so he's been doing this one gate robo a lot. There's Archives about to finish. I think Dewalt has another Zealot somewhere, if I'm correct. No, it looks like he doesn't. But he does have 4 Dragoons. He's gonna have 2 DTs. This is definitely an opportunity for what's it called, for BoA or for Dewalt to actually just kill the units with his 2 DTs.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I know that we all like to see the DTs one-shot the workers, but one thing that they have is so much DPS that they can fight these units with the Dragoon support and win. Oh my goodness!
Careful, but the Zealot
is gonna take down the Zealot. Oh my goodness!
Oh, he's actually gonna press here. Low ground versus high. Maybe he's just trying to lower the unit count.
Yeah, oh, we see BoA doing a pro pull too. That is going to hurt him. And he is going to go up this ramp, I believe, with the 2 DTs and the goons so that he can get the DTs to swipe that massive 40 damage that they do, and then they're going to go up. So here we go. DTs are up. There is no observer. So yep, he is going to attack right onto the units and then bring the Dragoons in for some support.
Oh man, I think something happened. This observatory's been done. I think he might have actually canceled his own observer.
And went
Reaver. Yeah, just went Reaver. Seeing the 4 Dragoons, I think he got confident it wasn't going to be DT, but it is.
Wow. Oh man.
That's a game where I would want to see the replay, because I think he had an observer building, but he canceled it. Even at the end there, it hadn't popped yet.
Yeah, that's tough. You know what? You saw all of the Dragoons, so you're thinking, oh my goodness, okay, 2-gate Dragoon range, here he comes, he's pressing me, I can go Reaver and survive. But you're right, he tricked him, and then boom, there's DT. And
I mean,
zero check for you, Sari, and he did make a Reaver and had to cancel it for the observer. You are correct.
Oh man, that's unfortunate, but I mean, that's just sometimes how it goes. You make a bad call, and Dewalt want to take advantage of that quickly. And I mean, those Matter Pylon and that Zealot, that did so much damage.
Well, Sarah, you said it. Not mining from 4 of the patches for like 2 minutes. That's just devastating. Absolutely devastating to your economy in the early game. So, very tough. But with that, Dewalt will be moving on to the winner bracket final. BoA will fall down into the losers bracket. We'll be awaiting some of the other games to be played. I can't say surprising that Dewalt has made it into the winner bracket final. But BoA's not out yet, and he's still deep into the tournament there, so he'll be waiting for a whole bunch of games before he has to play again. Oh man, we see that. BoA even went for shuttle speed in that last game as well, so that's where all of his economy was going to. He was pressing for that speed shuttle to go harass back onto Dewalt. Unfortunate. Take risks, sometimes they pay off, sometimes they don't.
Yep, and we see Dewalt, I mean, very dominant day in PvP, beat Bonnet and BoA. And BoA did beat Nayoken, so that means he's gonna have a much better like seeding in the losers bracket. You consider he's gonna face the winner of a couple matches, so he's still way away from playing again. And that's it. We're done for today. These were all the games. I mean, this last year was actually pretty quick. Went 4 games, but a lot of them were pretty short.
Yeah, that's how PvP goes sometimes, you know, just build orders, things happen, so it's crazy. But tomorrow, we are back, so make sure you join in again tomorrow. We'll be doing day 2, which will be highlighting some of the loser bracket games. I believe we're going to have NBA against Bonnet, Nyoken versus Bustaran, and then the winners of that game will play each other after in the losers bracket round 2. So those are going to be some serious games. NBA really doing well this entire event. Definitely not anything to sleep on for PvP. So definitely tough with Bonnet. And then we have Nyoken versus Bustaran TVT action. Crazy. Who knows where Bustaran will build those barracks, or if he'll just play standard. That guy does it all. He is crazy. So that's probably going to be a really serious TVT as well. So really, really fantastic. Sure. All right. So thank you to all of our sponsors for this event. In the $100 level, we have Star Lover. Thank you so much. At the Colonel, which is $50, we have Anthony Chen, Martin Harshmar, Striker, and Zero Sum. At the $30 level, we have Robert Groot, Blizzardo, Cuz, Tupacalypse. And at the $20 level, we have Nicholas Schuler, Christian Eddington, LML, Ling Pump, Night Tech, and Quark. And thank you to all of our other sponsors as well. We really appreciate everyone, all the donations today. We really, really appreciate BSL. Does a great job putting this all together, so we appreciate all the work he does. So let's keep it going. Thank you for tuning in. Sari, thank you for the great cast with me today. And I am excited to see everyone tomorrow for some more really great games.
Yeah, fantastic games. Always exciting to be here. Always good to cast BSL. And I mean, a lot of donations came in today. Gotta say thanks to all the viewers who donated. See, 10K mark is within reach. We've crossed the halfway point. We're in the juicy part of the tournament where the games get more epic, series get more exciting. So just thanks to everyone who donated, everyone who watched, everyone who shared. I mean, BSL is great. We're all happy to be here. We all love watching Brood War. So glad there's going to be more, and hopefully we can have just more and more BSLs as the time passes. I mean, it's been 15 seasons of BSL, and I think 13 of them have been post remastered. I mean, just think about that. Who would have seen this coming?
Yeah, such a great event. Zero, thank you. You do such a great job. We appreciate all the work you're putting into this. And thanks for everyone who's tuning in and supporting. We really appreciate everybody. So enjoy the games, and we'll see everyone back here tomorrow for some more BSL.
All right, guys. See you all then.